Okay. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our next training session. And as mentioned before, we're going to try and stay on topic so that we can help all new members use this video as a guide when they want to learn about something. Right. So the format's going to be, you can ask questions in the chat, or you can put your hand up, and then I'll let you ask questions if it's on topic. All right. Don't unmute yourself unless we ask you to unmute yourself. Otherwise, it's going to be a circus when people try and rewatch this. All right. Now, just a bit of admin. Last week, I spent 48 minutes on this. Today, I'm going to spend 2 minutes. When you joined this business, you selected somebody to sign up with them. They told you about this, and maybe somebody else told you, and somebody else told you, and you had to make a decision. And you signed up with a person. That person is the one you chose as your leader. The one that's going to be with you, the one that you go to for questions. That is your first point of call. You always go back to the person that you signed up with, right? That's rule number one. If that person hasn't got the answer, that person will go to the person that they signed up with, right? Unless it's something critical, like I've mentioned in the past, you've made a deposit to fund your wallet and you use the incorrect cell phone number or the reference number, you can send that to me directly. But that's more or less all. Everything else should be able, everything else your upline should be able to solve, right? Even questions like, how long will it take my money to get here? Your upline should be able to look at your proof of payment and tell you, you haven't put in the reference number, or you transferred to Capitec Business. Big no. We'll get to all those things. Your upline has got all the training. If they don't, they need to go to their upline, because this is a business of duplication. You cannot always run back to person number 1 in the tree and ask Dave or Franz, the owner, how does this work? That is why we always say you have to get the training so you can pass on the training. Because like we said in one of our webinars or trainings, if you try and build this by yourself and you try and get 11,110 people in your business, and you get one a day, it will take you 30 years. All right. By that time, I'm not even here, maybe. Right. No, I will be here. I'm going to be 121. Okay. So I'll be a while. So I'll see you get to your full matrix. Okay. But it's a long time. You duplicate this business, right? I've got my 10 leaders in the front. And let me tell you, they are doing what they need to do. And I gave them all the information, all the training. We're still learning. And if we learn something new, I pass it on to them. They pass it on to their leaders, who needs to pass it on to their leaders and their leaders, so that everybody becomes empowered. All right. So always your first point of contact is your upline, the one that said, come to this business, I'm going to help you. Okay. If it was a person that just wants to get numbers in and they're not looking after you, you made the wrong decision. But it's too bad. You are stuck there because you made that decision. Decisions, consequences. So hopefully you signed up with a person that is a leader that's going to help you, because that is your first point of contact. All right. Last week training, I said, I'm going to start pushing people back to their uplines. And thank you very much. A lot of people are doing that because my SMS or my WhatsApp is going less and less. There are people still contacting me, and it's fine. I help them, and then I'll tell them next time, go back to your upline. All right, so we're in that process of educating people. You need to go back to the person that you signed up with. All right, is that clear? All right, good. So that was quick. I told you 2 minutes. Last week it was a 48-minute thing. This business is growing unprecedentedly. Is it a word even? It's growing fast. That's better. For Afrikaans means it's just easier. That unprecedented word, I don't know. So it's just growing fast. Our leg is being recognized. Now, if you are sitting here and you signed up with one of these people here, somehow you are connected with me. We have Franz at the top, then we have Dave. Dave is our, let's say, utter upline, right? Under Dave, there's a person in between because I was asleep, and then it's me, right? And for me, all of you are in that bloodline. We've got the best line because we've got Dave. Why? Because Dave is close to Franz, the owner of this business. Okay, so if we want things done, it happens faster than other legs. All right. So Dave is way up in the tree, right under Franz, and you've got me. And from there, all my leaders came, and from them, all of you came. Right. So it's like Adam and Eva. Hulle het almal van die appel gekom of so iets. Ek kan nie onthou nie, maar dis lank terug gelede. It doesn't matter. For now, you are in a very good position because of where we come from. All right. So it's growing fast. That means We're also experiencing growth pains. Those stretch marks on your body and stuff when you grow too fast, we are experiencing that. Things are changing, things are being upgraded, things doesn't always happen like they say it should be. It's okay, they're working on it. This is a young system. I don't know those who signed up last night, right? What is your 4-digit membership number? Just drop it if you want. It's like 2000 something, 2100 and something, maybe 2000 and something. It must be there. The last one I heard was 2054. Where are we this morning? Maybe Latasha, you know, one of your members, or Craig, Willem, Rosemary. We should be about 2100. When we started this 2 weeks ago, there was, I think it was about 1000, that was 973. So in 2 weeks, more or less, we've grown by like 2000 people. There we go, 2143, okay? We were at 970 something. My number is 100 and something, all right? Because I came in November last year. So we are growing. We are growing like you can't believe. We will, what? 2,300. Look at that, 2326. Guys, are you seeing what's happening? The business is busy duplicating itself, right? Before you see it's going to be 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. And what does it mean? The more people know, the more people you need to ask. That's why we say, just go out and tell people what we do. All we do is you don't have to sell anything to nobody. You're changing a habit. All you do is you're going to pay differently, and we're going to make money, and we're going to tell people, ons gaan kinderbekke word, right? Ons kinder, en ons sê vir die mense, ons maak geld. We are gossiping, telling people we make money. And all we do is we change habit at the cashier. We pay differently. You're going to see the next meeting we have, we'll probably be at 2,800 or 3,000 even. The business is growing very, very, oh my gosh, Johan, 2428. Okay, next time we're going to have a meeting here, it will be 3,000, I tell you. In this week, we will hit 3,000. Next week, it's going to be, look at that, 2449. Up, please. Everybody's now bragging with the highest number. That's great. But this just proves my point. Now imagine if we have 2,000, if we grew by 2,000 people in 2 weeks, and everybody is getting their sign up wrong because they're not listening, they're not remembering their password, and 2,000 people, they are sending a WhatsApp message to Nella, our support lady. Can you imagine? She's got a WhatsApp there with 2,000 people asking, can you reset my password? Can you see what's happening? Yes, they will grow as well, but they need the numbers to grow. Now we are not recording, and you'll say my name. No, we are recording. Yeah, we are recording. Yes, you're recording on. Yes, it's on. Yeah. Ek dog nou net is nie aan nie. So you cannot make these user errors anymore, right? We have to train people. We are 2,500 people. We are 2,500 leaders. We are 2,500 teachers. We have to teach the next 2,500, because think of it this way. If each one of you today get one member, the next number will be 5,000 something. Just one member. And each of them gets one member, we're at 10,000, right? But some of us, we get 3, 4, 5 members a day. Can you see what's going to start happening? We went from the hundreds to the 200s to the 400s, and we started at 900 something 2 weeks ago. We're at 2,500. This business is growing. We have to teach our people how to do, and you have to learn what to do. And you have to read carefully. Right. Okay. So also what we have is we have WhatsApp groups. I have a WhatsApp group. So Dave has a WhatsApp group, right? Our upline. I am in his group, and I have my group. Whatever is important in his group, I repost in my group. We don't have to belong to all groups, because a group can only hold 1,024 people. So if you have a group and you've got your first 3 lines in there, you already need 1,110 spaces. There's already not enough place. So we need you to eventually, when you feel comfortable, you will start your own group. But one of you will remain in the group of your upline, so that you can get the important information and repost to your group. So if I see something important in Dave's group, I post it in my group. My uplines or my downlines, my management team, I call them my management team because that's what they are. They are in my group, they see what's important, and they will repost into their groups. So that you, if you have your own group, you can take from your upline and repost in your group. Start creating your own groups, because you see what's happening with this. Eventually, my group is going to get to a stage where I cannot add more members, and I'm going to have to remove members if you're not in my first 3 lines. Same with Latasha, same with everybody here. Okay, so start your own group and get your people together, and I recommend it should be your first 3 line. Okay, because in your first 3 lines, you need to identify leaders that's going to start breaking out with their own groups. Start using this, because we are going to now start seeing the duplication process happening faster and faster and faster. All right. Cool. Now, let's talk about support. So I've already said your support comes from your upline. First and foremost, upline. If you do a transfer from your bank to your Celbux wallet and you use the incorrect reference number, you can send that directly to me. And that's about it, right? Because then we can bypass our BeeCoinWise support and we go straight into Celbux, because Celbux also recognize us as the leg that's spending money. Even before we have a member in our team extra, we're already spending. They can see we are big spenders. They are looking after us. Okay, that's the only time you will talk to me if you're not in my first 3 lines, basically, is if you've made a deposit and you use the incorrect 20-digit reference number. If you've transferred from Capitec to Capitec Business, I'm sorry, I can't do nothing. It's done and dusted. How long will it take? I don't know. I'm not the bank. I deposited yesterday morning at 6 o'clock. I don't see it yet. Well, I can't see it either. No need to ask me how long it's going to take. It will take as long as the banks take to do their job. It's not us. It's not you. It's not Celbux. It's not BeeCoinWise. It's the banks doing their thing in the background. I do netbank to netbank. And it usually takes less than 25 minutes. I did one on Tuesday at 14:41. I liked that number and I thought, okay, I'm going to transfer money. It was 1441. It came in the next day at 8:31. I don't know why, but I didn't send my proof of payment to Dave and say, Dave, what's going on? I know it will happen, right? Everything was correct. I double checked because I know it doesn't take that long usually. I double checked, everything is right. So I just need to wait. It's the banks. Remember, we still have the banking system in the background. You're still working with ABSA, Standard Bank, FNB, and I always forget one. ABSA, Nedbank, Standard Bank, FNB, nah? Whatever, those 4 banks, and Capitec, and Time Bank. We're working with banks in the background. They are the ones talking to one another, shifting your money to get it to Celbux. We can do nothing, all right? I can only help you fix your reference number if you have made an error there. If you've deposited the money, you just wait, it will get there. All right, but we will discuss that separate as well. Your support is your upline, and we have a support contact person at BeeCoinWise. Her name is Nella. When you join, the first thing you should get from your upline is Nella's contact details. You don't phone her, you don't email her, you send a WhatsApp. Again, we are 2,500 people. Imagine she gets 2,500 calls today. She's going to go crazy. They'll shut down the business. All right, you send her a WhatsApp. You wait, because there could be 1,000 people above you that also forgot their password, which we shouldn't have done, because we should have done a screenshot of our password. All right. So Nella is dealing with 90% user errors. I forgot my password. I entered my mobile number wrong. I didn't click on continue after bank details, so I don't have an SMS. User error. Why? Because either your upline didn't give you that training, or you got the training and you did not apply the training. It's always a reason why user error happens. The system will do what you tell it to do. If you put in the wrong mobile number, it's going to register the wrong mobile number. All right, so Nella is our contact person, but she is the last point of call. We always try and fix it in-house to help her as well. Okay, so a lot of the questions that I usually get, people that send me an SMS, WhatsApp, usually is a user error that now needs to go to Nella. I can't reset your password, or it is something that we can solve in-house. But it should have been solved by that person's upline, because the knowledge I've got has been transferred to my team, has been transferred to their team, has been transferred to their team. Somewhere it disappeared. And we have to force our uplines to do the training. So if you got your upline and they don't have the answer, you tell them, well, find out what the answer is. You're forcing your upline then. That's why they got you in the business. They told you, come to this business, come with me, I'm going to help you. You force them, get me the answer. You insist, right? You paid, you didn't pay them, but they got 60 Rand for putting you into their matrix. You force them to get to get you the answer. so they can go to their upline and force their upline, because somewhere, some people are not doing the training, and somewhere, some people are just signing up and they're not telling their members what to do. This is not a business to try and get 100 people tomorrow. It's a business to empower the 10 best people so that they can duplicate. And we do this with as little as possible errors. That's what we want. You will grow much faster with 10 leaders than with 100 people doing nothing. Believe me. All right. I can see, even in my own business, I can see the ones that are working with a strategy and training their people, those legs are growing. The others where they're just trying to get mass in, it's growing slower. And I have to spend more time with them to show them, empower your people, get your leaders, let them run the business. So Nella, you always, when you sign up somebody, get your Nella's contact details, or no, when you sign somebody up, because the ones that's going to be signed up is not here yet, right? So no point talking up from bottom top. You that's here, if you get a new person, the first thing you give them is Nella's contact details. All right. It's in a little contact card. Just forward that contact card. All right. Done. Okay. We've done that and that. Are there any questions on this? Because now I want to get quickly into the thing about how do we sign up people, because, oh my goodness, at least 40% of our queries are about the sign up process, which I do not understand what's so difficult, but people do struggle. So there is an issue there, right? Oh, can we, the admin part, are we happy with that? Can we shut down that area? So now let me just do this. So more or less at 25 minutes, we're going to start. So I'm just going to give myself some timings here. At 25 minutes into the video, this is where we're going to show people how to register. I'm going to share my screen so that we can have a look at the process, for especially those new people as well, because they have to tell their people when they start what to do. Let me just get a link here quickly. Right. I would, as a rule, only give out links to register with. I know we can register with a mobile number. Do that only in the odd occasion where you don't have your link available. Why do I say that? Because we are confusing people. They start clicking this way, that way, that way. All right. Only give the people a link that they click on and they register, because then you can repeat the same story over and over. So when you give them a link, they're going to click on it and they're going to see the registration page. Just 1 second. Let me just get it up and running. There we go. They're going to see a registration page. Okay, you can see that. Excellent. The more difficult you're going to make it for them, the more mistakes they're going to make. This is them creating their own account, right? And that's how you tell them. You're going to create your own business, and your business needs your personal details. Now it's very practical to them. I'm starting a business. They need my details. Right. What do they need? They need my personal details. That's the first section. They're going to need my personal details. They're going to need my address details. They're going to leave out the sponsor details. That is for office use only. And they're going to create their password, because this is what it is. Personal details, address, password. It is as simple as it can get. However, people make mistakes, right? So in your personal details, they're going to put in their first name, their last name, their initials, their ID, their phone number. This is the first point of error that we get. Their phone number gets entered without a 0. If your number is 083, it already says invalid, right? It says invalid because it's invalid. It means you cannot do it that way. If I put 069, invalid. But if I put 83, oh, it's invalid because there's not enough digits. Sorry. Don't put the 0. That invalid doesn't refer to the 0. It's 83, 86, 87, 69, 67, 72, 73, 76, whatever, 79. You don't put the 0 in front. And then you put your number. So it is only 9 digits. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Only 9 digits. Let them make a screen print of this area. Why? Because if there's an error, we have to show Nella what number did they actually register on. Because the system, this is the primary key of the system. This mobile number is where your business gets built on. This mobile number is used to create your Celbux wallet. This mobile number is the one where you will receive your SMSs for the balances you have in your Celbux wallet. This mobile number is your business. Okay, this has to be correct. Okay, your logins for your back office, BeeCoinWise, is your mobile number. Your login for Celbux is your mobile number. Okay, this is why this is critical. Believe me, many people make a mistake here. I don't know why. All right, so let them put it in without the zero. Make a screenshot of this area. They're going to continue. Put the email in, put their title in. So far, the only email I've received ever from BeeCoinWise was my welcome email. So they're not spamming you with ads or anything. That's the only email I ever got from them. Welcome, and here's your user details. That's it. All right, so put in an email address, title, put in your address, postal code. Sponsor details, leave it alone. It is for office use because this is how they connect you. If there's a number in here and somebody clicks on mobile number, it's gone. Tell them to leave it alone so that the referral number can remain where it is. Do not change it. Sponsor details, leave it. It says choose one of the two options. That's if you give them maybe your mobile number. They can register with your mobile number. All they're going to do is put in again your mobile number without the zero. Okay, but try not to give them mobile numbers to register with. Use the sponsor referral and tell them just to leave it alone. Okay, then they're going to put in their password. Tell them to open the eye and put in their password so they can see what they type. People forget what they type for some reason, or they think they're typing something and then it's not what they type. Let them open the eyes, let them confirm so they can see it's correct. And now ask them to make a screenshot. Why? Because you cannot reset your own password. If you thought that you did an @ sign, but now you've got an exclamation @ you cannot reset it. We need to send it into Nella so that she can reset it on the system in the IT department. Let them make a screenshot. Let them include the sponsor details. Let them just include that, just for in case they've changed this number as well. Okay, so ask them to do a screenshot of this sponsor details and their password. It's only for their records. We will only ask this if they now forgot their password or it needs to be reset. Okay, is that easy so far? They've literally, all they've done is put in their personal details. They've put in their phone number without the zero. They've taken a screenshot. They've put in their address details. This is straightforward stuff. They have left alone the sponsor details. It's just an instruction. Don't change it. They've created a password. They've made a screenshot, including the sponsor details if possible. And they click on privacy T's and T's and sign up. Guys, it is so easy. And people has asked for videos and documents and manuals. How do you put this in a manual? I mean, we have a little manual, but come on, it can't be easier than this. Give us your name and address and a password. That's literally what you're going to do. Put in your mobile number. Don't put the zero in front. Leave the sponsor details alone. It is so easy. They try to make this as easy as possible, and people are getting this wrong. I don't know why. Yo, who's posted here? Like a long day. Click on add your link. Very nice. If somebody in my team, maybe Latasha or Rosemary Salome, can you maybe do us like a copy paste this for us, and we can maybe include this in our little manual. That's very good. Thank you very much. Okay, so they click on sign up. It will go to the next page. The next page is where they will find their banking details. Not there. The banking details for BeeCoinWise, because they have to pay the 200 Rand, right? I don't have that on the screen. So I'm just going to stop sharing so I can speak to you. The next page is the BeeCoinWise banking details. It tells you it's BeeCoinWise account, the FNB, the account number, branch code, 200 Rand needs to be deposited, and a reference number. Again, everything is done for you. All your member has to do is to make a screenshot, and later that day they can do the EFT. You don't pay on the spot. Tell that to them. Because many people think at the bottom it says continue. If they press continue, it's not going to ask for their banking details or credit card, and they know, oh, I don't have the 200 now, I want to pay tomorrow. Tell them, you're not going to pay right there and then. Take a screenshot, you can pay tomorrow, it's okay. Just click on the continue. Make a screenshot, because there's a reference number that you have to put in your EFT. If you do your EFT, you use that reference number, which is your mobile number, so that they can match your payment, your 200 Rand payment with your registration. Okay. It's easy so far. People are making mistakes here. But if they forget to make a screenshot, it's also okay, because when they log into their BeeCoinWise back office, it is in the settings. It will also give them the banking details. So it's not the end of the world. They don't have to send me a message, oh, I forgot to take a screenshot. You should have told them. They should have asked you, first of all, as their direct upline. And you should tell them, it's okay, don't panic. Just go and log into BeeCoinWise, go to settings, the banking details are there, including the reference number. Okay, so it's no big deal, but just get in the habit to tell them the same thing over and over. Repeat yourself all the time with every new person. Then they have to click on that continue button. The continue button activates the creation of your Celbux wallet and the SMS that gets sent to you with your Celbux login details. And oh my goodness, we will get there. Celbux sends you an SMS. It says your username is 27, drop to 0, 83, blah, 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 your cell phone number. That means your username is 278364, whatever the number is. I get people, I cannot log in. I say, send me a screenshot. They try 083, 079, blah, blah, blah. Where's the SMS? Can you send it to me? Yes, they send it to me. I say, what does it say? Username 2779, blah, blah, blah. All right. Use the username. It's on piece of paper. And we will get there. But when you log into your Celbux, always just sit back, relax. It takes a long time to go in. But we still at the how to create an account. So that continue below the banking details. That is the creation of your Celbux wallet. That's the activation. If people get to that page and they think, oh, I have to pay, and they just exit, the Celbux wallet is not created. They don't get the SMS. And now they ask you, I didn't get the SMS. Where's my Celbux wallet? How do I log in? They can't. They didn't follow the procedure. Either you didn't tell them or they didn't follow it. All right. So make sure that they click on that continue button. Okay. Is there any questions on that? How to register? It is so straightforward. It's your details, address, password. Any questions? Any passwords? My link is giving my referral problem. They can't fill in their details. I'm not so sure. I don't know what that means, because your link should just work. If anybody registered last week Saturday, for those who was with us last week Saturday, we had a system upgrade, an outage, etc. Some members did not tell them, their new members, not to sign up until we give them the go-ahead. Some members did not read the groups that they're in, where we said, the system is down. We will let you know when it's up and running. Some members just went ahead and registered. Those members who registered, some of them went through, some of them registered, but it doesn't appear. But if you try and register again, it says that the account's already there, or the phone number's been used, or so forth, because the system was in progress. Guys, you belong to groups. Read what's in that groups. My group is especially clean. I only post what's important. We don't have chats there and good morning and good night and I love you stuff. It is business. My group's a business group. If I post something in there, please read it. And for those uplines or my management team or whatever that's in that group, you can post those things into your group. But our groups, the members, they are not reading the stuff. And it's very evident, because yesterday a new feature became available. In your back office, you can now see who's paid and not paid, right? It's in progress. They activated it. It's not 100% correct, but straight after that, I posted a voice note that came from Dave, who said, guys, relax. They only update this every Friday. Do you know how many WhatsApps I received? Oh, this person paid and it's showing red and blah, blah, blah. I just refer them back to the WhatsApp group. Did you listen to the voice note? If you don't have time to listen, to go through the group, this is your business. You are the boss of your business. If you don't have time to go and to listen and read the important announcements that we make, you're going to struggle in this business. I don't even answer those people. You can ask, especially my team. I say to them, "Go. Did you listen to that voice note?" Oh, okay. Let me go and listen. Right? I send them straight back. We have to become hard in this business. Otherwise, you're going to eventually have 5,000 members in your team and you get 5,000 WhatsApps. Oh, my members paper is red. You cannot answer those. You send people back to where the source is. Get them in a habit to go back to where the training is. My training is in my WhatsApp group. If something new appears, I tell you. If it's not working 100%, I tell you. That's why there's a WhatsApp group. Your WhatsApp group that you belong to is like your guide. The owner of that group is not going to post something if it's not important. So if something is in that group, listen to it. In Dave's group, I know they a very noisy group. It's a lot of stuff going on there. That's why I told my members, you don't have to be in that group. I will extract from that group what you need. You don't have to listen to all those voice notes. The important ones, I will either redo them in Word, in a wording thing, so you don't have to listen to a 7-minute voice note. I put it in a short read type of post, or I will do the voice note for you. But it's in the groups for a reason. It's your guide. It's like when you're in a company and there's an email going around, we are not handing out coffee as from tomorrow. Bring your own coffee. You have to read that. Otherwise, tomorrow you're going to expect coffee and there's no coffee. Why not? Did you read your email? We made the announcement, right? Same thing here. Our WhatsApp group, that is where we put out all the information. So I'm very maybe brutal with my team. If they ask something that's in my group, I just tell them, did you listen to the voice note? Do I feel bad? Not really. Because did you listen to the voice note? Okay. Try and get into that culture of doing the same with your people. If you know it's in your group and they ask you a question that's in the group, ask them, did you check the group? It was posted in the group. People will ask me, I see there's no Zoom tonight. Really? I know you've been in my group for like a month. Did you see it? And I said, just go and check in the morning. I don't even repost it for them. I don't forward to them. Why? I can't forward it 2,000 times if people start asking me. I just say, go check in the group. I posted it this morning or last night. It's there. Everything is in the group. I'm not going to do a Zoom tonight if I didn't post it in my group. Okay. And the same with the other leaders that started their own groups. Force your people to go back. Now we're going back to admin. It's all to do with your account. We started with people not getting all the information. Now, how do you log into your account, right? People kind of don't understand how they log into their back office. Again, you did get an SMS, you did get an email. Both of them tell you what to do. You go to becw.co.za, BeeCoinWise. Okay, so let me just make a note here. You go to BeeCoinWise, and there it is, log in. Now, this is different on the mobile phone, but there'll be a little hamburger, right? I can't show all the options here. You log in. It's going to ask you for your number. I told you, your number is your everything. You fill it in without the 0, and you fill in whatever your number is, and then your password, and log in. And there's Bob's your uncle. Okay? And when you've logged in, well, no, I don't want to do this. It's going to go on YouTube. I don't want to use my phone number because the entire world's going to see it. You log in with your phone number without the 0, your password you created that you've got a screenshot of if you forgot it. Log in. You go to settings. That's where you will see your referral code. You can click on that code and paste it in somebody's WhatsApp or in your email or something. If you're on a mobile phone, it's not mobile friendly. You'll only see the first half of that code. Click on it, paste it into a WhatsApp. You'll see the entire thing is there with up to the end where your 4-digit membership number is, or 3-digit, depends when you came in. You will also find the banking details if you haven't paid. Your referral tab is where you will find your business matrix, where you can see how people, what your people are doing. You will also eventually have an accurate indication who's paid and who's not paid. Paid people will be green. Yellow, not paid people will be red. It's very bright. It's like going to the optometrist as that green and red. I don't know why they pick those bright colors, but it's heavy on the eyes. Okay. They probably don't want you to stare at your business and actually just go and do the business, but it is heavy. Okay. Yes, it's not accurate at the moment. I checked mine and everything is nice and green. And then I check someone else in my upline, in my front line, and his entire screen is red. But how does that work? I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm not a programmer. Don't ask Nella. It's in progress. If you listen to the voice note that was posted after the announcement that you're going to start seeing this, you will hear that they only update this every Friday. So somewhere they have a cut off to do the green-red updates. Don't worry about it. Eventually, it will be more accurate. It's a new feature that's rolling in. No point we sending 1,000 messages to Nella. Oh, proof of payment, proof of payment, proof of payment. Okay. If you've not paid, they will eventually send you an email to say, we're going to remove you if you don't pay. What I do when people get into, when I personally sign up people, wherever I place them, I always ask for a proof of payment. And if I don't get it today, tomorrow, I will ask again. So if you've received the proof of payment and the correct reference number is in, don't worry about it. They will match it eventually. Now, people put in the wrong reference number because you didn't tell them to check on their page where it says banking details that the reference numbers, they use that, the reference number. Or they didn't listen to you. It's usually one of the two, or combination. If that happens, and for some reason they put in their name, Piet, Rian, Harry, you need to have a screenshot of that proof of payment, and you send it to Nella and say, my member, Rian van Niekerk, his mobile number, and did not, this proof of payment is for Rian, this is mobile number, that should have been the reference. Send it to Nella, relax, it will be done eventually. All right, send stuff only once to Nella, because again, there's 2,500 of us. If you're going to repeat your request to her, you fall down to the bottom. She works in a sequence, and every time that she receives something from you, you're obviously the last one to send her something, and you're down at the bottom again. You don't escalate yourself by sending it 5 times to her. You just reset yourself to the bottom. Okay, you send it once, you relax, it will get done. If after a week, maybe you don't see an answer, okay, maybe then inquire. Maybe it went missing in between the lines. But there's nothing so serious that you need to ask her every 2 hours. Okay, all right. So we all know how to log into the back office. Are we happy with that? Can I carry on with how do we get into our Celbux wallet? Because people want to get into Celbux. Now, it's the same thing. All right, I'm just going to open another screen here. Celbux.com. Actually, now I'm just going to show quickly how do we log in. Now, I'm going to do how do we log into our Celbux wallet and how do we fund our Celbux wallet. All right, because when we join this business, the first thing you do is you want to start using your Celbux, right?
Question first, Rian.
Okay, sure. Who's speaking?
Fred.
Yes. Hello.
Fred,
yes.
Can you hear me?
Oh, Fred, there you are. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Rian, my problem is with the sponsor number. I have taken charge of the matrix for my team. I have put videos on TikTok. People ask me for a link. I cannot put my number on that link because if I get more than 10 people, I have to get another link.
Yeah.
So I think that issue must be handled very nicely because with your link, you can only send out 10 invitations because if you send out 11, one is going to be an overspill. What happens to the overspill?
Okay, so we will discuss that when we get to our strategy section, but basically you can send out your number 11,000 times, but the matrix will then decide where it goes into the matrix. It folds it from left to right, goes into level 1, left to right, then it goes into level 2. Who registered very first with you? Right, your first registration, it looks if there's a spot 1 available. If not, it will put it there. If it's already taken, it goes to member number 2 that registered. Is there a spot 1 number, a spot 1 available? So it will go in sequence of registration and spots within that registration. So the spillovers will just go into your second line. Look for the first available first spot from left to right. Then first available second spot, first available third spot. I would not put my link on TikTok or any social media. I will get them to my
There's no link on there.
Pardon?
There's no link on there. It's just an advert. And then I give them my phone number and they contact me for WhatsApp.
Okay, yeah, that's what I say.
And when they contact me on WhatsApp, I give them the number. Correct.
Yeah, that's what I would also do. Don't publish your reference numbers for everybody else.
No way.
Don't do that.
Okay. It's just the spillover. I'm just concerned about the spillover.
Yeah, no, spillover goes in a sequence, but you don't have control. And the problem is, if you don't follow up with the people that you've given your reference number with, you don't know if they've put themselves in that spot where you wanted them. So always, I make a note. I've given it to this and this and that, and I go and check, have you? And then I follow up. Are you still interested or not? So I can take them out and put someone else in that spot. So yeah, it is an active business. This is not just a business to go out and get 1,000 people. You want to build it strategically. We'll get there, but yeah.
Well, just to inform you, one day's advert on TikTok gave me 4,700 views.
Mm-hmm. And what's the
400 and
conversion?
something.
How many people signed up from that? There's right.
Okay. Thanks, Rian.
Okay, cool. Now, how do we sign in to our Celbux wallet? I'm going to share my screen again. And with the sign in, I'm also going to, at the same time, discuss the topic of how do we fund our wallet? All right, because you need to sign in, obviously, to fund. So we've got a little PDF file, which is available. Your Upline should have it. There we go. Can you all see that? Oh no, that's how to transfer. We don't want that one now. Okay, now I'm going to, how to fund it nearly forward blood signing. All right, doesn't matter. I'm just going to use the first two slides. How do we sign in? So basically, we're going to get to the screen. How do we sign into our Celbux? You're going to go to celbux.com, right? Celbux.com and enter. You get to this login to Celbux, and you're going to click on that login to Celbux. Then you're going to put in your username. It's on your SMS that you received. It says your username is 27, in my case, 83, and the rest of my digits. It gives you the 5-digit PIN. If you haven't got that SMS, you have to go back to Nella and ask her. You give her the proof of payment and your username, your proof of payment, and tell her your Celbux SMS did not arrive. And most likely because you didn't click on the continue button. There could be other factors as well, but usually it's because people didn't click the continue. And she will then ask Celbux to resend it to you. You cannot ask Celbux to send you the username because Nella needs to register you with Celbux. That all happens with that continue button that people didn't press. When you press that continue button, all the processes happen automatically in the background. It checks with BeeCoinWise, yes, you remember, and it creates your wallet. If you just go to Celbux and say, I haven't received my SMS, they don't know if you exist. They don't know if you're part of BeeCoinWise. So you have to go to Nella if you didn't get your SMS. Okay. And then you click login. Do not click twice. You will lock your Celbux login because for security, your scammers, the bots, those type of people, they write programs that will click on login. If it doesn't react, it clicks again. You put in your username, you put in your PIN, click login, and sit back. Do not click again. It will happen eventually. It can take up to a minute for you to log into the Celbux wallet, right? Sit back and relax. Okay. Easy. Right. Now, we want to get funds into this wallet. You're going to get to a screen that looks like this. It's going to show you your vouchers. It's your homepage. There it says in the site, homepage. Okay. And you're going to see in the beginning, you've got nothing. You won't see all this movement on yours. It's just going to be zeros, zeros, and zeros everywhere. So you want money into your Celbux wallet because now you can start spending. You can start spending immediately. You don't have to have a team below you, or you can start immediately. So how do we get money into this? Well, we go here. Okay. How do we fund? We go here and you send this document to your people, right? And you also need to read this. How do we fund our wallet? And I'm going to go a little bit slow here, so I might irritate some people, but you cannot believe what happens here. What do we do? You're going to do an EFT from your bank to another bank. It's like paying your garden service. It's like paying anybody else, like paying your mother or your daughter or anybody. You're going to create a beneficiary. Now, if you are lucky enough to be with ABSA, FNB, Standard Bank, or Nedbank, the beneficiary is already set up as a public recipient or bank-approved recipient or whatever your bank will call it. You're going to look for the beneficiary Netcash, because Netcash is the company that manages our money that we put from our bank to Celbux. It goes through a Netcash account into Celbux. Now, this is the account numbers that you use if you set up the beneficiary. But if you're one of these banks, look for the public recipient so you don't have to worry about these codes and stuff. It's already done for you. So I'm with Nedbank. I went into my bank approved beneficiary list. I found Net Cash. They call themselves Net Cash Pty Limited, which is okay. I knew that's the one. I added as a beneficiary. So now I can literally just pay that beneficiary. And you test with 10 Rand. Please don't test with 10,000 Rand. Test with 10 Rand and see if it works. So I transferred 10 Rand to this beneficiary to see if it's going to work. Now, when you transfer to this beneficiary Net Cash, it needs to know what to do with your money. Well, your money needs to get to Celbux. And this is the Celbux reference number, 514-022-40377. It is here. Use the correct reference format, 514-022-40377. That tells Net Cash this money belongs to Celbux. But now Celbux gets the money and they need to know which piggy bank must I put this money to. And that is your mobile number. And you drop the first 0. So if your mobile number is 082-111-2222, your reference number will be those first 11 digits up to the 77 with your mobile number at the end without the 0. I just want to ask a question here. Can you quickly in the chat, if I ask you, what is your mobile number? This is just a normal conversation. If I ask you, what is your mobile number? Can you just put in the chat your first 4 digits of your mobile number, please? I just want to see something. This is just an example. Just a few people. If I ask you what's your mobile number, I live in South Africa, so I don't want to know about the +27. What's your mobile number? It is 071. Nobody's going to say to me their mobile number is 72525. I'm going to, who tells people their mobile number without the 0 in the front? There's a lot of people. Really? Do you tell people your mobile number is 83 blah blah, or do you say 083? Those who said just 8354, Jenny, those people, Frikkie, do you really say to people your mobile number is 7254? Or do you say your number is 072? I never say to people my mobile numbers without the 0. If my mother or my friend or anybody asks for my mobile number, I will say it's 083. Do you really not tell the 0? Come on. I'm sure some people are lying here. If you're in South Africa, you can obviously say the 0. All our mobile numbers start with a 0. Okay, so my example is an example mobile number, because this is how you would usually say your number, 082-076, right? Sheena, I said in South Africa, what's your number? If you have to give me your number right now, you will say to me it's 072, blah, 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 076 or whatever, right? International, we're going to say +27, blah, 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 right? In South Africa, because this is South African business, your mobile number will be 082, 069, 067, 078, whatever. So this is the example. I have people that says, but you put the 0 there. It's an example. Because all our numbers start with a 0. That is what a mobile number looks like, more or less. 334, it's 10 digits. Every South African mobile number is 10 digits. Drop the 0, because that last part of your reference has to be your mobile number without the 0. Okay. So when you do your EFT, you're going to say from your bank, right? You log into your bank. I go into my NetBank app and I say I want to pay net cash because it's now set up. My net cash reference number needs to be the 514, the 11 digits to say it's Celbux, plus my 9-digit mobile number to say to Celbux, it's my money. That's my reference. Now, NetBank, I can actually save that reference, so it's always there. I don't have to ever touch it again. And I'm sure your bank does the same. That reference number is vitally important. You make one mistake there, it doesn't get to you. Then you have to send it to me, and I will send it to Dave to Celbux. All right, and they'll fix it for you. But you have to give me the correct format or the correct reference number it should be. Then I can follow up for you. Otherwise, I can't. Is this clear? Right. Now, please, if you are not with ABSA, FNB, Standard, or Nedbank, but you with Capitec, Time, Investment, Discovery, any other bank, especially Capitec, because we have a lot of Capitec people. We've even put it in red for you, so you can see for Capitec and Time Bank users, any Capitec account, whether you've got a Capitec savings, Capitec loan, Capitec credit, Capitec debit, Capitec business, Capitec anything, if you've got Capitec, if your bank account starts with a Capitec, it's you. You do not transfer to another Capitec account. And do not ask me, where's my money? Because it will take forever. Capitec, EFT to any of the banks listed above. EFT to any of the banks above. If you're a Capitec, Time, or any other bank, not one of these four, you transfer to any of these. I recommend Nedbank because they are the fastest. If you're Capitec, you will do a beneficiary. You're going to add a beneficiary, call it BeeCoinWise, whatever, or Nedbank, BeeCoinWise, whatever you want to call it. You're going to select one of these four banks. I recommend Nedbank, they're the fastest. And there's the account number, there's the branch code. Give it a name, call it BeeCoinWise Wallet, right? So you know if you're going to your Capitec, you're looking to transfer money, you look for BeeCoinWise Wallet, all right? You cannot, you should not transfer to a Capitec business account. Why? Because this reference number, Capitec Business is bad, right? They're the bad guys. They will take this reference number and scramble it. Now it arrives at Celbux, and they've got no idea who the hell this is. Or they will just drop some of the numbers. Or they will put some X's randomly. And now you struggle. But then someone said to me, but if I go to Celbux, it says I can use Capitec Business. Yes, they do. But we've tested it from our side and we see that it doesn't always work. We want to give you the most easy way without errors how to get your money into your Celbux wallet. And that is do it to one of the four banks. That's why we put it there for you. We would not put it here if we haven't tested it. There's a reason we put it here. If you want to carry on and put it to Capitec Business, be my guest. Just don't ask me to follow up for you because the manual is very clear. If you are Capitec, Time, or any of the other banks, you will EFT to one of these banks above. All right. Do an immediate payment. Capitec, I'm sorry, you're going to pay that R2 every time or R6, whatever your bank charges you, but you do an immediate payment because, not because of Celbux or anyone, because of Capitec. They take long. Now, you don't have to do it, but don't ask me after 2 or 3 days, where's my money? Because Capitec takes long. Not me, not Celbux, not BeeCoinWise, nobody. It's your bank that's taking that time to do the thing. I've had members that's changed their banks to FNB, changed their bank to Nedbank for this reason, right? Capitec is the bad guy here. All right. Please, when you sign up members, make sure they get this little document. Ask them. I always ask my people when they sign up, which bank are you? Nedbank. And I say, oh, that's great because you're going to transfer Nedbank to Nedbank. So they say Capitec. I say, oh, just hold on a little bit. Listen carefully here. You are going to not transfer from Capitec to fund your wallet. You're going to transfer from Capitec to Nedbank. I just say that. Capitec to Nedbank, right? It is the fastest. And you will always do an immediate payment, right? Okay. Now, your reference number is the most important. As I said, if you make a mistake with your reference number, send it to me. If you transferred Capitec to Capitec Business, not my problem. Okay? Just wait. It will eventually happen. I can't do nothing with it. If you don't see it after a week, maybe then send it to me and we'll get Celbux to check it out. It's just one of those things. If you don't follow the training or you didn't get it, ask your upline, why did they not give this to you? This document is freely available. Ask your upline if you haven't got this. All right. Now, what's important here as well? I think that's it. Always try with 10 Rand. Oh, the other thing. Remember, we're working with banks. They don't work on public holidays. If you're going to transfer money today to Celbux, it's not going to get there. Just the same, if you transfer money today from you to me, I will probably only see it tomorrow. I already had to people this morning. I transferred early this morning. Where's my money? It's a public holiday. Banks don't do transfers on public holidays. Most banks don't. Probably all banks. I don't know. Just don't do it. Do your transfers Monday to Thursdays. Now, if Thursday is a public holiday, do it Monday to Wednesday. Even on Fridays, if your bank is slow, it will only appear on the Monday because Netcash in the middle still needs to do the allocation to Celbux, right? And Netcash, they don't work on weekends. So even though your bank is working on a Saturday, Netcash is not. So as a rule, fund your wallet Monday to Thursday. Those are the days that you fund so that you can spend on the weekends. All right. Okay, what else did we put in here? Oh, and that's the other part is if you want to do a cash deposit at the bank. All right. I don't think anybody does that, but it's there. Just go to the bank. Just make sure that you use the correct reference number. Immediate payments whenever, make sure your reference number is correct. Always keep your proof of payment because that's what we need to give back to you. All right. Is this part clear? This is super, super important. Guys, I'm not going to answer your WhatsApps anymore if you ask me, when do I see my money? You're working with a bank to bank. Phone your bank and ask them when will the money be in the other bank. I don't know. We cannot tell you. It is the banking system in the background. I'm not going to phone Nedbank and ask them when's your money going to get there. It is a bank to a bank. It will get there when it gets there. I've done from my bank to a friend that's FNB. Sometimes she sees it the same day, sometimes the next day, sometimes 2 days later. I don't know. Okay. If you made the deposit, you made the transfer, and you've got the correct reference number, and you use the correct account, or you use the public recipient, it will get there. Just give it time. Remember, net cash is in between. We're getting rid of net cash this month. Sometime this month, you'll get a notice to say we're not working with net cash anymore, right? There'll be a new procedure. It's going to be much faster. For now, it's net cash. But they've now improved the system. They're going to bypass net cash, and it's going to go straight to Celbux, all right? So it's not there yet. It will get there. For now, Monday to Thursday, and make sure that you, if you're Capitec, that you use one of the banks above. Okay. Is that good? Any questions here? The reference is the code the same for all banks. Absolutely, Kerry. So whether you ABSA to ABSA, FNB, Standard, Nedbank, or Capitec using one of these, this is the reference number that should be used. This 514, because 514, this 11 digits, tells the banks this belongs to Celbux. And your mobile number is your little piggy bank at Celbux. Okay. Are we clear on that? Does it make sense? All righty. Yo, 165 people here. That's just awesome. That's awesome. So many people here. So glad that people want to learn, and that on their public holiday. Excellent. Thank you, guys. Can I move on from here? Is it possible to get presentation? Not from me. Maybe you can try in Zulu. I can't. Someone in your team needs to be trained in English so they can translate this presentation into Zulu and Sotho and Xhosa and finger language, what they call braille language and all that kind of stuff. I'm doing English and Afrikaans. You have to identify leaders in your team to do this in other languages. I haven't had one of those leaders yet, but if I get one that can do it in another language, I will train them and they will do it in another language. Identify leaders in your team. And when they're ready and they can do this in their language, let them do it, please. Because we are South Africa. We need to be able to do this in all languages, but you can't expect one person to do it. But yes, that will be absolutely great. Now, when you've got money in your account, maybe you want to send me some money, right? Because I'm nice. So you're going to send me money. And let me just make a note here, 105, how to transfer. So we want to transfer money from one account to another account. So from your Celbux to my Celbux, or my Celbux to your Celbux. So what are we going to do? We're going to log in, like we said. We're going to log into Celbux, put in your details. Do not click twice. You're going to get to the screen, right? You're going to get to your home screen. By now, you're going to see a value. You're going to have a value here. You're going to see a voucher here and so forth, okay? You're going to click on My Vouchers. We always work in the My Vouchers section. The home screen is just like a little bit of history and a graph and all kind of stuff, right? As you get more money, this graph will get busy. You go to My Vouchers. When you get to My Vouchers, it will show you your current 168 voucher. And maybe there's some others below, right? But if you've got a 168 voucher, you can work with it. Any other number, you can't. Those we need to reset, and we're going to do that next. But you've now got money in your wallet. You want to give some to your mother so she can also spend. You're going to click on the right-hand side. There's 3 little dots next to a 168 number, right? And you'll see there's a balance. Maybe there's 1,000 Rand, whatever. There are 3 dots there. You click on those dots and you just click on Transfer Voucher. It's not going to transfer the entire voucher. You will tell how much. Click on the Transfer Voucher and another screen will pop up that says, and I'm going to enlarge this so you can actually see it better. Just bear with me. Let's make it bigger, right? It's going to ask you the username. This is the person that needs to get the money. So if you're sending it to me, my username is 2783, my mobile number without the 0, 278364, blah, blah, blah. Okay? If I want to send money to you and your number is 07666, whatever, I will do 270, drop the 067, blah, blah, blah. The username is the same as that person's login. Put in your ID number, put in the amount you want to send, 10 Rand, 1 Rand, 20 Rand, and leave the 168 cash because it will come from the 168 voucher, and click on transfer. and immediately it will transfer from your wallet to the other person's wallet. Okay? Just the username, 27, and then the mobile number without the zeros, your ID number, and the amount. And click on transfer. That's easy, isn't it? And it works like a charm. Just try it. Yeah? If you've got a friend with a wallet, just try it. Then you wait, and you wait, and you wait, because it's now doing the stuff in the background. And while it's doing this, it's sending the money to your friend's wallet. That friend is getting an SMS to say that they've received money from you. It actually tells who it comes from, the amount, and it creates a 168 voucher for that other person. On your side, it's going to deduct the money, send you an SMS to say you've transferred money, and create a new 168. But this all happens in the background. So just wait and wait and wait until it's done. You will see a little green thing at the bottom that says it was successful. Don't touch. The screen still needs to refresh. Once the screen refreshes, it will give you your new number with the amount after the transfer has been done. You wait until you see the screen where you have a new 168 number. That's the new number. You'll also get an SMS with this number. You can go shopping, and that will be the amount available to you. Okay, that's how easy it is to transfer money between people, between wallets. It is super easy, as long as it's a 168 number in the front. Okay, and I think that's it. Yeah, so and then you go and spend, right? When a 168 voucher turns, we earn. All right. Any questions on this? It is immediately. It is immediately, and there's no cost involved. Karin, you can even try with me. Send me some money. And we can do it real time. We show the people. Right. Let's do the next one. Is this clear? This is so easy. All right. Let me just see quickly. Zelda, do I open a NetBank account because I'm at Ken? No. You're just going to have a beneficiary NetBank, as Wim said to you. All right. It's in that manual. But I do have people that actually went to create a NetBank account or open a NetBank account, and somebody went to open an FNB account because they just said, I'm not waiting for this to take so long to get the money. Right. Now, tomorrow is payday. Right? Tomorrow's payday. Let me quickly see in the comments, who of you think you're going to get money tomorrow? That means you've signed up people since the last payday, and they've paid by yesterday, 5 o'clock. Who of you think you're going to get money tomorrow? I should see a load of me's. Just say me, or yes, 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 yes. A lot of us will get paid tomorrow, right? If you signed up somebody and they paid and the money cleared yesterday by 5 o'clock, you're going to get some money tomorrow. You're going to get an SMS, usually more or less 10 past 10. Now, please don't send me tomorrow a WhatsApp and say, it's 10 past 10, I didn't get my SMS. It will arrive, okay? Sometime tomorrow, in working hours between 8 and 5, you're going to get an SMS to say you have now had a deposit into your Celbux wallet. And it's going to give you the amount, and it's going to tell you the voucher, the number. And it will start with something that's not a 168. It's going to be like a 432, a 621, a 402. You know, it's going to be, the first 3 digits will not be 168. That voucher we cannot use. You cannot go to the shop and give them that number, right? So you can have it on an SMS, but you can't use it. All right? Still trying, Stacey. Yes. Don't try too hard. Just tell people, right? Get them to the Zooms, and we'll do the hard part for you. So what we need to do now is that 432 or 621 or whatever the number is that you've received on your WhatsApp tomorrow that says you've got money. Some of you might get $60 because you signed up one person, so you get the 10 Rand first line and 50 for your referral code. You might get $60. Maybe you already had money and the only person that came in this week was somebody on your second line. You're going to get 5 Rand. But you will get something if somebody came in. So we need to convert those other numbers to become a 168 number. Okay? Now, how do we do that? So again, we need to log in. So we're going to log in. We go to www.celbux.com. We click on the login thing. We're going to put in our username and our PIN and log in. And we wait and wait and wait until you see your home screen. Do not click twice or thrice or many times on that login button, only once. It knows what to do. Now you're going to get your home screen. Now you're going to get something that looks like here that I've got here in front of me. You're going to see on the home page, it's going to say you've got vouchers. Now I need to make this bigger again so you can see it clearly. It will show you if you already had money in your voucher. It's going to see you can see the old 168 code, but you're going to see new codes. like there's a 432 code, there's a 402 code, you might have a 621, whatever. There's going to be codes here that's not a 168. What we need to do, we want to what we call reset these numbers to become a 168. So in effect, we're going to take all the money that came into your wallet and is already in your wallet, and we're going to make one code so you have one balance, right? So all this, we're going to put them together. So what do? You're going to click on any of these rows that's got a 432 or the other numbers, not the 168, but you can even click on the 168. It doesn't matter. But as a rule, just click on the ones that we want to work with. So you're going to click, let's say on this 432, there'll be 3 dots here. Now behind this pop-up, you click on the 3 dots and it brings this action box up. And I'll make it a bit bigger so you can see. This action box gives you a few options. You can view the voucher, you can collapse the voucher, transfer the voucher, which we've now done, or reset the voucher. We are going to reset the voucher. Now, if you click per ongeluk by accident on collapse, it's okay, it does the same, all right? Collapse and reset is the same. We're going to collapse all these numbers into one, or we reset these 432, the other numbers into a 168. They do exactly the same thing, don't panic. But we use the terminology reset all the time. So get used to reset, but you can collapse. Same thing. So we click on reset. Once you click on reset, you will get another screen that's going to start doing this. It's going to say reset voucher number. And you're going to say reset voucher number. Now, if you say close, it's not going to do anything. It's just telling you what it's going to do. It's going to reset all those other numbers into a 168. Because our Celbux only work with the 168 at the merchants. So we reset the number, you click on there, and then you wait, and you wait, and you wait, and you wait a little bit longer until the screen refreshes itself and you have one code here in the My Voucher. And the one code, the 168, will now be the total of that previous screen. The 3 lines I had all gets put together into one balance. You will get an SMS to say you have reset your codes or something. This is your new code, 1680424, with your new balance. That's the code you now go and use to shop. And that is how you reset your vouchers. So tomorrow when you get paid, you're going to have a voucher number that is not a 168. You're going to do this. Now, this PDF is also available from your Upline if you haven't got it. If you haven't got it, go to your Upline. They don't have it, they go to their Upline. It is available somewhere in the Uplines and somebody stopped sending it, right? Or like Latasha, I know, has got a Google Drive. I've now got a Google Drive. Some people just send it out, whatever. So go to your Upline and ask them, where is this thing, right? So you can reset your vouchers because now you can go spending. Absolutely. When the 168 turns, we earn. All right. Anything you still need to know about this, because this is basically the Celbux area. I'm just going to close my blind a little bit. Are there any questions? Any questions on this? Please help. When I try and log in, it says invalid login. Miranda, very good question. Miranda's saying when she tries to log in, it says invalid details. I have received my SMS with my password. So what has happened? A few things could have happened. You've locked your system, and you do that because you might have, now don't say, I'm not saying you did, but you could have. Click that login twice. If you click that login twice, it will lock your system. You need to go and into your PC, laptop, phone, wherever, clear the cache. I usually then switch off, switch on, and then it will get in. What I also do is I will ask that person. So if it's one of my people that says, oh, I get this invalid login, I will ask them, please send me your login details. Send me that SMS. And I try on my PC because you've not logged into my PC, and I try and log in. And 9 out of 10 times I can log in, which means it's a local issue on your computer or your phone or your laptop. So you've got nothing in there. I can't do nothing with your wallet, right? Because even if I now say, yes, you can get in, well, next time you get in, change your PIN. You can change it. Just remember what it is, right? Okay. I do that with my people. If you trust me, give me your login details. Let me see if I can log in. Sometimes I do also then see, okay, it says invalid login. First question usually is, did you maybe change your PIN? 9 times out of 10, yes, I did. Oh, what's your new PIN? I think it is. I'm sorry. You changed your PIN, you can't remember it. Of course, it's going to be invalid. See, there's many reasons why. But sometimes it's just like it's invalid. Then you send a message to Nella. Please, can they help send a screenshot? Give them your username and your PIN so that they can, or not, you don't have to give the PIN, just a username, and they will send it to Celbux. You can also email Celbux. Celbux.com has got a support email address. You can send an email to them and tell them, this is my username. Don't give them your PIN. They don't need that. And it gives me the invalid. Give them a screenshot and they will check it out, probably reset your PIN. Okay. The problem with resetting PINs, they send you an OTP and you've got 60 seconds to respond on that OTP. If you don't, gone, right? So it is easier to work through Nella because she will contact you and say, have you got time? And she'll do the reset for you. Okay, but you have to be there. You've got 60 seconds to give that OTP back. If you change your PIN, please make sure you know what it is. But usually this invalid thing, you clear it by way of basically clearing your cache, switch off your computer, switch off your phone, restart it and log in and don't click twice. The invalid thing, usually 90% of the time it comes about because people click twice. They thought it's not happening, but it is happening. That you're just locking yourself. We've tried logging into Glenn's details on my laptop and we still can't get access to his Celbux. So in that case, like Kerry, send it to Nella and just say you can't get in. All right. In Glenn's details. Okay. As you will help, I track now your bank. Frikkie, we're not there. So we're not going to worry about that today. We haven't got a procedure yet. You can, but I don't know how. Okay. So we're not doing the let's withdraw. We're doing the let's spend session today because nobody's got enough money to withdraw yet. You're not earning 50,000 yet. Okay. You're going to get 60 Rand or 200 Rand, or maybe 600 Rand. Go buy groceries. Yeah, you can withdraw. I just don't know how because I haven't done it. Mr. D is also part, I know, but I cannot find the place. I don't know. Jan Louis, I don't know. I haven't used Mr. D, so I don't know. Okay, now let's go. Okay, we're at the paying with the voucher. So let's do that. So that's where Jan Louis is actually with these questions. So when we go to our merchants, so we've got a merchant list that we know that we can purchase from because they said yes to the system. And let's quickly go through them. I'm just going to put them on the screen again, just so to refresh your mind. But you all should have a picture, this picture, right? It's also with you. You should have it. Now, these are the people that said, yes, we will accept your 168 code, right? All these people, they have said yes. Okay. OK Foods is only OK Foods. Somebody asked yesterday, OK Groceries, they are not the same. They haven't said yes yet. So OK Foods did. So I know some towns that only have an OK Groceries. No, it doesn't work there. Okay. So when you go to the town next to you, go buy the Pick and Pay. Okay. Now, each one of these places could have their own terminology that they use. And I know it's a pain in the backside. Why they don't just all use the same terminology, I don't know. So what I've started to do is to put together, and I'm just going to look for it quickly, what each one says they want to call it. And do you think I can find it now? Let me just quickly see if I can get it. Merchant terminology. Let me quickly get to that one. I'm going to share with you what I'm busy doing. I did post this yesterday in my group, so maybe some of the leaders have already posted to their groups. So I'm just going to share my screen again. Here we go. As I go, I test all these places. As I go along, I make a note. I go to Pick and Pay. They will know about Smart Banking and Smart Pay at the cashier. You're going to ask for Smart Banking or Smart Pay. Usually by then, they will know what to do with you. All right. If you go to Clicks, you're going to say SMS voucher because that's what they call it. Interesting fact. Every single voucher that Clicks will do with their own promotions, whatever, is actually done by Celbux. Did you know that? Celbux is the company that does all the vouchers for Clicks. And if you go to Clicks count and you say Celbux, they don't know what the hell it is. If you say 168, they don't know what it is. Remember, 168 is the identifier for Celbux to know that this vouchers belong to BeeCoinWise. we are members of BeeCoinWise, so all our vouchers starts with 168. So 168 means nothing at the counter, right? So don't say to them, oh, it's a 168. They will most likely not know because it's just our identifier within Celbux to know that these are BeeCoinWise spenders. Okay. So clicks, even though they use Celbux for all their promotions with vouchers, you cannot say Celbux, they will probably not know, but you say SMS voucher, they know what it is. Okay. You go to ShopRite or Hyperama, these are the easiest people. You're just going to say you want to pay with a Y code. And they're just going to say on the keypad, press 1. 1 is voucher. And you're going to press in your 13-digit 168 number. That's the easiest one. Wimpy, Y code. Burger King, Y code. KFC, at the cashier, you just say voucher. Then they know what it is. If you're on one of those self-ordering TV screen thingies, you say select voucher when you pay. Do you pay with credit card, debit card, or voucher? Just select the voucher and it will work. This game, you say a Y code. Take a lot, does not show it on the mobile. If you're online, if you do online with Take a Lot, which obviously is online, it doesn't show it on the mobile. It's not our problem. It's a Take a Lot issue where it's not showing on the mobile phone. Go to your computer, your laptop, and you will select Celbux Digital Voucher. Now, as I go on, and as people come back to me and they say, I've purchased ad, they say, okay, foods, and they wanted me to say this and that, I will add to this list. And eventually that pictures that we've got, each picture, we're going to have a little section at the bottom to say, ask for this. And you can just have that piece of paper always with you. It's nothing to do with Celbux. This is the terminology the shops are using. Now, if the shop is on this list that I showed you, let me just stop sharing. If the shop is there, like ShopRite, and you get to a ShopRite and they do not accept your voucher, no point to tell me, okay? We can tell Celbux, look, ShopRite in Magubo is not accepting it. Now what? Celbux will go to ShopRite, maybe if they got time, say ShopRite, that branch of you is not doing it. It is the branch that needs to activate that on their system. Because ShopRite as a group has said yes. Each and every branch of ShopRite should have it. But it's the actual branch that either doesn't know about it, nobody told them, they haven't turned on the option to pay with a code. It's something with that branch. They need to go back to their head office or district office or whatever and say, hey, what's this voucher thing? Why can't I pay? All the other ShopRites are doing it. It's not a us problem. It's not a Celbux problem. It's a ShopRite problem. Every ShopRite should have that function available for you to pay with a voucher. They signed the head office signed the contract. But all the branches, all the individual stores, they might not have activated that on their point of sales at the cashier. Just insist, speak to the manager, tell them what this is and say, come on, go back to your head office and ask them how you need to activate this. I can't do it. Celbux can't do it. It is the actual store that needs to activate it. They've all said yes. If they're on that list, they've said yes. Now, here's the other issue. Wimpy. A lot of Wimpies are next to an engine garage. You travel to Durban, you stop at the engine garage, and there's a Wimpy. And you think, oh, well, I'm going to spend today because I've got Celbux. That Wimpy could be under the engine flag and not the Wimpy flag, even though they display the Wimpy logo. And they will not accept your 168. So before you eat as much as you can, and you've only got Celbux money, just ask before you eat, do you accept Y code? Wimpy speaks Y code. If they say yes, great. If they say no, it's because they're under engine or Caltex or whatever. So always with these Wimpies, as with the garages, ask, do you accept Y code? Yes, right, let's eat as much as we can. No, okay, we go to another Wimpy in town. All right. It's always a good idea to first ask, do you accept Y code? Do you accept Celbux? Do you accept smart banking? Whatever. Just ask the place. All right, that's a Wimpy thing. So it seems like Wimpy at the garages, they are not always accepting these codes. Mr. D is Y code, but does not show on Apple phone. On computer will show, and on Samsung phone it shows. Oh, that's interesting. Thanks, Sarita. So Mr. D, because lots of people ask about Mr. D. So it is Y code, but it's not on Apple phone. Don't know. But on a computer is there, and some Samsung is there. I'm not going to change my iPhone to Samsung, but I might use a computer there. Thank you. I log in for the first time now. Also, when I try to transfer my funds to wallet, it says 013, enter a valid beneficiary account number. I double checked all details multiple times. Don't understand why. I don't understand what's actually happening there. Marinda, so I don't know, which bank are you? Public beneficiary. Marinda. But anyway, yeah, just go back to that manual. If you follow the manual, it will work 100%, right? It's something on your side. Yeah, ABSA, just do ABSA to ABSA. What I have seen, and I think it was with ABSA, if you enter the ABSA details as a beneficiary, it does come up with its invalid number or something. I've seen that, and I think it was ABSA. Go and look for net cash, the beneficiary. No problem. If you're with ABSA, Nedbank, First National Bank, and Standard Bank, do not try and create the beneficiary by using the account number. Go look for the actual beneficiary that's already created by the bank in the public list or the bank approved list. Okay, I have seen that come up, and I think it was ABSA. Could have been Nedbank. I can't remember. If you're one of those 4 banks, look for the bank approved beneficiary. It will work 100%. And then you just need to put in the reference number. Okay. Is it possible, Susan? We work with what we've got. Celbux, they are the people that speaks to all these major chains. So at this stage, Tata Spar, hello ShopRite. Tata Spar, hello Pick n Pay. Tata Woolworths, hello ShopRite. Okay, we are making changes. We are going to go away from those people that's not accepting our digital money. And we spend with those who actually support us, we support them. The others will come on board. Some of them will say, as soon as you've got 10,000 members, yes, we will do it. As soon as you show us a turnover of R1 million through your system, yes, we will do it, right? There's many reasons why they may be not on board yet, okay? They will eventually come on board because digital money will become the norm. That is the next phase of how we're going to pay in the future. It's the safest way to pay because you've got no cards, no cash, no nothing, okay? It's the safest way. If somebody steals your phone and your last code is there, just quickly get to another computer, log into Celbux, transfer 10 cents. Or withdraw, do something, do some movement that creates a new 168 number, and they can't do nothing. All right, cool. Are we happy with that? That's how we spend our money. Are we happy with the spending money part? Any more questions on that? Nothing? Cool. All right. What else have we got here? Let's see. We've done the sign up. Okay, so the PowerPoint presentation that we've got, when I do a Zoom, I go through a presentation. That presentation is available to you, okay? But do not send that out to everybody. If it's not a member, don't send it out. This is our intellectual property. This is the stuff that we use in-house as members. We don't send it out to everybody. The one thing you can send out is the list of all the merchants. By all means, send it out and tell the people, we shop at these places, we get paid, right? And we even get referral. If we tell people go shop there with digital money and you do that, we get a referral fee. Okay, easy. Now, if you start sending out these presentations, what happens? You send it to a person and that person's like, I don't understand. You've lost them. If you just tell them, we're going to change the habit, we're going to pay differently, and we can earn money. And if you tell people you can earn money because it's a referral-based system, and then it's a spending-based system to receive the passive income. That's how easy it is. If you want more detail, come to the Zoom. And believe me, our Zooms convert. Every time when we have a Zoom, there's new people in the system. Because we do the heavy talking. You just need to get them interested with 30 seconds. That's literally all you're going to do. Okay. All right. Now, the next big spender that we have is, and I want to just touch on this because next time we will have more detail about this because I'm experiencing it today for the first time. When you want to pay electricity rates and taxes. Because remember our matrix we show you, if you spend R1,000, your matrix is full, you can earn 52,000. But while your matrix is not full, we want you to spend as much as possible. One big thing that you... Okay, just want to quickly have you jammer om te onderbreek. Ek het met Madeleine gepraat en wil graag 'n blog skryf oor BeeCoinWise. Kan ons gesels wanneer ons kans het? Absolutely, Chris. Madeleine. I don't know which Madeleine that is, but someone will have my number. Just contact me on WhatsApp. All right. Because now we're recording. I don't want to give my number here because otherwise it's going to go into the public domain. Can I have the PowerPoint presentation? Yeah, you can, because your upline should give it to you. But you can't send it out. It's for you to use, but not send out. The only people that should have a PowerPoint presentation are paid members. That's the only people. Not to send out with a mass mailing or something. All right? We can't do that. How do you do this as a tenant, rates and taxes? Well, no, then you don't do it. Okay? We're talking about people that pays rates and taxes. All right. So, well, if you're a tenant and you paid rates and taxes and you actually have to pay it yourself, you can, maybe, it depends how you pay it. I don't know. You need to find out. But if you get, like from City of Swane, I get my rates and taxes, it's got that icons at the bottom. I can do that at Pick n Pay. But you cannot go to Pick n Pay and say, I want to pay my rates and taxes or electricity with a 168 voucher. You cannot do that with smart banking and stuff. We have a merchant called Voucher Warehouse. Voucher Warehouse is an authorized dealer for Pick n Pay vouchers. Right. So this morning, I said to Voucher Warehouse, please, can I have 2,000 Rand for my electricity and my rates and taxes? I will pay Voucher Warehouse with my 168 code. So I earn and the matrix will earn. Voucher Warehouse will take my 2,000 Rand and they're going to go to Pick n Pay head office and they purchase our vouchers for use inside Pick n Pay. I will get an SMS to say, here's your Pick n Pay voucher. I'm going to go to Pick n Pay and load that on a gift card. And that gift card will always be in my wallet. And whenever I purchase at Pick n Pay or pay my rates and taxes or electricity, I use that gift card. And I get to the counter and I pay my rates and taxes. I take my gift card and I swipe. And of course, they're going to say, you can't do that. And you say, yes, I can. And they're going to say, no, you can't. And I will say, yes, I can. Because yes, I can. Right? We've cleared this with head office. You can pay your rates and taxes with a gift card. All right. So just smile at them. Yes, I can. And if they say, no, you can't, you say, okay, I'm taking a chocolate. Can I pay my chocolate and my rates and taxes, please? No, they can't say no. All right. So that's a procedure that will come in place. But as always, I want to experience it myself. So today I've now ordered my 2,000 Rand. I'm going to get my SMS. So I'm making notes of the process exactly as it is. I will then go to Pick n Pay. I'm going to put in a gift card. I'm going to pay my rates and taxes. And I can then report back exactly how easy it is. But that's how we're going to spend more inside of our matrix, by paying whatever we can with our 168. Because the only time we earn money is when we pay with the 168. Okay. Now, we know for a fact, Kakamas, if you're from Kakamas and probably that region, you cannot do that. You have to pay your rates and taxes to the municipality. They don't pay it via other parties. Okay. That we know for a fact. But Swane, we can pay at Pick n Pay. When you look at your account, if it's got that, there's some icons at the bottom of your of your electricity bill. If those icons is like, I can't remember the name, Easy Pay or something. If that's there, you can pay with a gift card. Okay, so we will get to that so that we can do that payment of our electricity through the matrix, because that's when we're going to put power into our matrix. Okay, the spending power. Right. Let's see. Let me just see if there's any questions. Are there any questions up to now? Because I want to go into, we've got half an hour left. I don't want to go longer than 11 o'clock. Alan, do I use the 514 number with all banks or just with all banks? That's your reference number, Alan. All the banks. Guys, the reference number that we give on how to fund your wallet, that's the reference number you use. Doesn't matter which bank it is, right? That is the reference number, because all the banks needs to pay Celbux. So it doesn't matter from where you come. If you want to get your money into Celbux, there's that reference number from any bank. It starts with that 514, it's 11 digits, plus your 9 digits at the back. All right. If a person is from Swaziland but living in SA, can they still join? If they've got an active South African SIM card, yes. All right. And they can use their passport number when they register. Can we get the link to Voucher Warehouse? Lindy? So, okay, let me say it that way. If you want to purchase through Voucher Warehouse, okay, we need to place the order. There will be a procedure put out I've actually put the procedure out already, but it's a long procedure. There's an SMS or a WhatsApp number. You send your order to that WhatsApp number. So I've sent my order to that WhatsApp number. I can't remember what it is. It's in the procedure, which has been posted before, but we're going to do it the easier way, right? So this procedure is like yay long. We want to make it short and practical. You're going to say WhatsApp that number and say, I want 2,000 Rand vouchers so I can pay rates and taxes. As soon as Voucher Warehouse has got a total of 10,000 Rand, they can order. They have to order minimum 10,000 Rand. Okay. So this morning, they're doing an order. They've got more than 10,000 Rand. They're going to Pick n Pay head office and they get all the vouchers and they will send it to us via SMS. Okay. So Lindy, what you can do, if you've got my WhatsApp number, you can send me what you want and I'll put you in contact with Voucher Warehouse. But we will put out a procedure very soon after I've also now experienced how it works, so I can put it in a more easier way how we do that. And I actually see how it works. Okay. Can we introduce this to say, for instance, the body corp of complex? Absolutely, Karin. So what we're doing at the moment, we're putting together a list of all PTY limiteds and trusts and so forth who wants to become part of the BeeCoinWise ecosystem. So you can send your details to me and I'm collecting for our let's say our organization. So remember, it's Dave and me. So it's Dave, then it's me. So I am taking charge of this organization and all the P2I limiteds and trusts and stuff that will want to become part of this, become vendors, merchants. I'm collecting all that stuff and I will pass it back to Dave, who will then discuss with Celbux and France, who's BeeCoinWise. So just get me that information to me. All right. Can we introduce? Yeah, so we can. All right. Even if you've got your hairdresser and they want to become a vendor, yes, they can. Right. Send the details to me. We are collating that list. Is growing every day. We're getting more and more people. We're building a separate matrix if they want to be part of the matrix itself. But that's not who introduced who and what and what. That's just going to be businesses building as they come along. They're going to go from left to right, filling up the matrix, right? The owner obviously can go in her or his personal capacity into your matrix, but the business itself will go into a business matrix. All right, so that has got nothing to do with individuals. It's about businesses promoting businesses. Okay, right. Are we happy so far? Cool. I want to go into quickly, how do we actually build our team? Fast, down, and effective wide with a strategy, right? We get that quite often. Well, let me quickly, before we start with that, I want to show you the spreadsheet that I did, right? I showed that last week and it's got so much power. And it makes people excited because lots of people start their journey and they say, oh, you know, but I've only got 10 people and I'm not going to earn, etc., etc. I want to show you how quickly you can start earning from your small team. The power is in the spending. If you don't get your team to spend, you're not going to earn money. You have to spend. That's what this is about. This system generates its income from transaction fees. Transaction fees comes from the turning of a 168 code. If you don't turn a 168 code, nobody can earn. And I want to show you how quickly you can start earning from your small team. And as you grow, how quickly you can start earning from that passive income. That gets paid every 7th of the month. Do you want to see that? You want to see that? Let me share my screen. I changed it from last week because I even struggled with my own spreadsheet. So I made it a little bit easier. Now, you should all see the BeeCoinWise spreadsheet. You can see that? Yeah? No? Yes? Cool. This is a screen that many of you see all the time, right? The 10, the 100, 1,000, 10,000. If we spend 1,000 Rand each, and you will get 0.2%, right? So this is based on your full matrix, 11,110 people, plus you, 11,111. If every person in that matrix in your business spends 1,000 Rand, for the first 10 people, your first level, you get 0.2%, the second level 0.1, third level 0.2, fourth level 0.5. That gives you the 52,000 Rand you will earn passive income, right? Because 0.5 of 1,000 is 5 Rand. 5 Rand for 10 people, 50,000 Rand. But now I've built it into a little spreadsheet. So there's your 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000 people. There's the commissions on each line. There's the total that you get per line. There's a 52,000. Okay, we're happy with that part. Now you start, right? So we're not going to have all these numbers here. So we're going to start with 0. and 0. So you start, right? And you get your first person. You get your first person into your matrix. And that's the only people that you put on num there. So if that one person spends 1,000 Rand, you get 0.2, you're going to get 2 Rand. Believe me, on the 7th, you will get 2 Rand. If that one person spent 1,000 Rand, you will get an SMS to say you've just earned 2 Rand, and it gets added to your balance, right? They just need to spend 1,000. But let's say they paid the electricity and everything, you're going to get 10 Rand with one person. Okay, exciting stuff. The system works. If they spend, you earn, right? Plus you're going to get your own spend. Now, most of us, very quickly, we will get 5 people. That's so easy to get your first 5 people. They spend their 1,000 Rand, you get 2 Rand from each, you get your 10 Rand. Okay, but this 5 people, you're working with them and they're starting to duplicate. So each of that 5 people, and let's say you've just started, they only get 2 people each, right? So you've got your 5, each of them told 2 people. Now we're talking averages, because I can't go leg by leg by leg. We're just saying on average, those 5 on average, each one of them got 2 people. You've got 15 people in your team all of a sudden, right? They spent $1,000, you've got 20 Rand. More likely in a month, we can spend easily 5,000 Rand. You've got 100 Rand, right? It's small money because we need to grow. Let's go back, 1,000 Rand. These 10 people, each of them also, it's easy enough for them to go and tell each person, to go and tell 2 people each on average. All of a sudden, you got 35 people in your matrix, right? And they spend 1,000, you're going to get $60. They spend 5,000 Rand each. You got 300 all of a sudden, because these people are starting. There's a lot of people here, 20 people, and you're getting their 10 Rand each. You got 200 Rand in that line. Okay, let's go back to the 1,000. Guys, you can play with these numbers. It's a number game. And these 20, each of them, is very easy for each of them to tell 2 people each, right? We're not saying go and tell 10 people, only 2 people. But all of a sudden, you've got 75 people in your organization. They all spend 1,000 Rand. You get 260 Rand. But what happens? They pay the electricity, they pay their groceries, and they pay their petrol. 5,000 is not difficult to spend. Already you get 1,300. Can you see how quickly it starts to accumulate? Now, I know a lot of you has done very good work, and you have already, you've already got your first 10 people. And I'm going to work with 10 people, because if you can't get your 10 people, you need to go and look, why am I not getting 10 people? Very quickly, you should get your 10 people. Now let's start working with them. And they work relatively hard, and each one of them gets their 4 people. Just 4, because it takes time to get 10. You've already got 50 people. You told 10, they duplicate. You've got 50. But they're going to spend not 1,000, they're going to spend 5,000 Rand. You get 300 Rand. Let's leave it on 5,000, because that's more realistic. Those 40 people, each of them, because it's going a bit slower, they tell only 3 people. Look at that, you've got 170 people, 1,500. And those people, each of them go and tell maybe 2 people. 7,500. But you've got 400 people in your team. What did you do? 10. You get them to tell people. They've only told 4 people on average. That 40 only told 3 people. That 120 only told 2 people. But you've got 410 people spending 5,000 each on these commissions. You get 7,500. You've only spent 5,000. You're already receiving back more. And you've only got your 10, and they are starting to build. Let's make this one only 1. All right. You still get 4,500. So these 120, they've only started now. They tell 1 person each. You get 4.5. But very quickly, you'll see your second row actually fills up much quicker than the other rows, because you are very close to your second row, because you know your 10 people and you're helping them. So much quicker than you think. You can have on your second row, on average, 6 people very, very quickly. Each person on your first row can have 6 people. You've got your 60 people. And now you start building. So maybe they tell only 2 people and they tell 2 people. Look at that. You've got 600 people, 11,000 Rand. That's how quickly the spending can become powerful for you to earn that passive income. This is the money. Yes, the write-ups are important, because you can get 250,000 Rand from all the referral fees. But this is your monthly income. The referral fees are once off. You don't get that again. If you don't get anybody new in this week, you get nothing this week, right? But that will be almost impossible because you don't know what these 180 people are doing. If they get one person each, you get another 180 people in your matrix. Now, I know people because I see my matrix. They've got an average on their second line. They've got an average of 7 people already. Some of them it's 10. When I go look, it's 10 on their second line. But let's say 7 on average. And those I've seen has got 4. And then we go down to 3. Look at that. You've got your 10. You work with those 10 because these are your leaders. You're creating leaders with your leaders and get those leaders and they're going out and they already got 7 people each. You've got 70 people. You're just working with your 10, but you've got 70. Though they are not taking your guidance and they're starting to get their people excited because they get their 10, but they only get their 4. And they do the same, they get 3. You've got 1,200 in your matrix. Once you pass that 1,000 level, believe me, now the duplication is going to go much quicker than what you can imagine. But with 1,000 people, 1,200, you're already at the 24,000 mark. If people spend inside the matrix, this is why we want to get your electricity inside. We want to petrol. We want you to change your habit. If you keep on going to Woolworths and spend 10,000 Rand at Woolworths and your entire team does that, nobody earns. But what if I take 10,000 Rand that I spend at Woolworths and I spend it at Pick n Pay and Checkers? Look at that. And we all do that. You earn 48,000 Rand. Are you still so worried not to let people know you're not going to Woolworths anymore? I tell people I go to ShopRite and guess what? My entire team did that and I earned 48,000 Rand because we bought the month's groceries at Checkers or Pick n Pay or wherever those merchants are. Workout Foods. I don't care. I don't care putting in my 2,000 Rand a month. Let's say 2,500 Rand in petrol. And we all do that. I don't go to BP. I just go to Total from now. If everybody does 2,500 Rand of petrol with this small team, 12,000 Rand I earn. And I don't care to not go to BP anymore. I go to Total, right? Change your habits. This is the power of spending inside the matrix, even with a small team. Let's say these people, they only got 1 person each. You still get 5,000 Rand. You spend 2,500 on petrol at Total, and your entire team does the same. You earn 5,000 just from your total purchases throughout your team. Now we put a bit of groceries there, and we've got 4,500 Rand. You earn 9,000 Rand. We put a little bit of discount expenses there. You've got 6,000 Rand all of a sudden. You earn 12,000 Rand. Can you see what's happening? You have to spend inside the matrix. You have to spend with the merchants. Turn the 168 voucher. Do it right the first time. Change your habits. This is super, super powerful. Can you see that? Are you excited when you see these numbers? I'm a numbers person and this makes me super excited. That's why I started changing my habits very quickly because when I saw this, I realized the power is in the spending. The more we spend at these merchants, the more we make. And it all comes from that transaction fee, right? It's okay, you guys, I'm going to put this up on YouTube somewhere or wherever, and you will have access to this. We're going to be another 10 minutes. Okay. So it's important. Spend inside the matrix. All right. Can we go into how to build your matrix quickly? We got about 10 minutes. All right. Where are we now? At 1 minute, 1 hour, 51. I'm just making notes here. So people ask me, can I only sign up? Yeah, imagine getting the airlines on board. Can you imagine, right? People ask me, can I only get 10 people? No, you can get 11,000 people, but if you get 1 a day, it's going to take you 30 years. You get 2 a day, it's going to take you 15 years. You're going to get as many as you can, but good people. As soon as you need to convince people, you don't want them. As soon as you need to beg them, you don't want them. As soon as they ask 50 million questions, you don't want them. You want leaders. You want people that sees this matrix or this spreadsheet I've just shown you, that if we spend with our merchants that we can make money, but we need a team to do that. As soon as that person sees that and they say, yeah, I'm in, I want to do that. Those are the people you want. Now, you have only 10 people below you. You can only have 10 people below you. Those should be your strongest people, or maybe your closest family members, your wife or your husband, maybe your son or your grandmother. Those I put in very first, and I will help them build their businesses. The other 7 spots, so I've got 3 spots that are reserved for family. The other 7 spots, I chose good people that I know can duplicate what I tell them. And they need to duplicate so that my business will grow exponentially. Because remember, the first line up to their 3rd level is part of your business, right? Their 4th level you don't see. That's their business. So I want to know that my first line, my 10 people, I want to know each and every one of them will bring 10 people. That's it. And I expect them to only choose people for their first line that will bring 10 people, because that's my 3rd line. And I expect that line to know that they can, all they need to do is bring their 10 people, but good people. That's my 4th line, and we are full. Okay. You choose your people carefully. Select them. Don't beg them. All right. We don't want to, you're going to see, I know we've got that already. Oh, I've got this person, my first line, they were super excited, and now they're not doing anything. Well, probably because you try to convince them rather than to get them with the vision. As soon as you convince people, they're going to sit back. As soon as you tell them, go tell your friends, they're going to, I'm not doing that. I'm so not going to do that. Why? Why not going to do that? Don't you want other people to make money as well? But it's a human thing. People don't want to tell people. If they didn't earn from telling people, they would be out there telling them straight away. If there's a special tomorrow at this game, buy 1 item, get 10 free, I bet you will tell all your family members, go to this game. But as soon as this game says, we're going to have a special, you buy 1, you get 10 free. And guess what? If you tell your friends, I'm going to give you $5. And if they tell some friends, I'm going to give you another $2. You tell nobody. It's just the weirdest thing. As soon as you get rewarded for referring people, you feel all of a sudden, I cannot do this. Weird. I don't know, but it happens. It's for real. You will have some, I call them dead meat in your business, because you convinced them. They were the ones that asked 20 million questions about the legal address and who's the attorneys and is my money safe. Guys, Celbux, go to their website. Do your own due diligence. Go to their website. They've been in business for 12 years. They're going nowhere. They're going nowhere, right? In fact, they're just growing, and we help them grow, and they reward us for helping them grow by sharing their transaction fee with us. And Celbux and BeeCoinWise is rewarding us for helping them to grow Celbux. So they're giving us a referral payback, right? That's how easy it is. Is it possible to remove deadwood from the matrix? Unfortunately not. Unless they've not paid. So if you realize somebody's not paid, but they're also not doing anything, leave them. Don't ask them to pay. Leave them. They're going to be dropped off the matrix automatically after 2 months. But I think they're going to accelerate the process, because there's quite a lot of people that came in and said, yes, I want to do this. And now they're doing nothing, and they're upsetting the entire matrix. So I think they're going to accelerate that. Maybe after a few weeks or a month, or maybe even after a week. I don't know. The only way they fall out is if they don't pay. If they've paid, they're part of this. And you are stuck with them. Why? Because you convinced them to come in. All right? Unfortunately, that's why I say to people, never, ever beg people to do this. Don't convince them. If they don't see it, they don't see it. And I've even, after I told somebody about 10, 12 times, and then they said, yeah, I think I'll do it. Sorry, you're not ready. You think you will do it? No. You already told me you're not going to do it, because you think you will do it. You want to do it. You're excited. I think I'll do it. Believe me, they're not going to do it. They're going to pay the 200, and they're not going to do it. It's just how the human works. They actually said, I think I'll do it just to make you happy, maybe, or to get you off their back, because you're trying to sell them products. You're trying to sell them something. This is not a selling game. This is a telling game. We're going to tell you, let's change a habit and we make money. We're not selling you anything. You're still going to go do your shopping. Don't convince people. You're going to have those dead meat, and they can't be removed unless they didn't pay. Okay. Now, yes, you can get more than 10 people. What will happen? Your first 10 people that registers with your referral link obviously will be on your first line, right? The 11th person will go as an overspill into your second line. and it will start filling your matrix from left to right in the order that people were signed up in your business. So if your mother was the first one, it will go to your mother and will look, has she got a spot 1 available? No. Right. Then it goes to see who was your second person that came in. It's maybe your cousin. Has that person got a first spot? No. Okay. Goes to the third person. Maybe it's your neighbor. Have they got a first spot? Yes, because that's the one you try to convince. It will put that person there, right? Because that person's done nothing, hasn't got a first spot, it puts it there. The next one registers with your link, will now do the same. It starts your first line, it's full, goes to your second line. Well, your mother, your cousin, your neighbor has got a first spot, it goes to the fourth person. Have they got a first spot? Yes. First person, yes. 6, 7, 8, 9, they all got first spots. Your 10th person, they don't have a first spot, it will put it there. Your next one will go back in the first row, it's all done. And it goes to your second row, goes in the order of registration. All the first spots have been filled up. Now it goes to the first person again. Have they got a second spot available? Your mother? No, because you're building for her. The second one? Yes. All right, it will put it there. So what's a more effective way of building? Once you've identified your first 10, but you don't have to do 10, you can already help let's say you only got 5 good people and you don't get that other 5 people. Don't just put people in to get your first 10 people to get your 600 Rand. Leave those spots open until you find the leader. Start working with the 5 you've got. Maybe it's your mother. Start filling her line because you're going to have to fill her line with lots of people to help her. Put the people that you don't want in your first line. Ask the other people, I've got people, do you need help? I've got people who thought this was going to be easy, but they struggle to tell people because they're still in the selling brain. And I'll say to them, look, I've got this person. I don't want them in my first line, or I don't want them anywhere else. Do you need a person? Yes. Right. Take the person. And let's work with that person and put that person there and see if that person can grow. But you need, wherever you're going to put that person, you use that person's reference number. So if I want to grow my mother's matrix, I've got her reference number, her link. And I gave her link to make sure that that person goes into her matrix. If I want to use Pete's matrix and help Pete, I've got Pete's reference number. Yes, I did the work, but Pete's going to get the $50. It's okay. We're doing this long term, not just for the $50. You need to think past the $50. You need to get your matrix full. That's what you want to do. Your aim is to get 11,110 people. Don't worry about the $50. People start spending in the matrix, you start making money. Your $50 will be small change eventually. Some people's like, but I'm not going to get the 50 Rand. That's okay. Help your people. Because you know what? Sometimes those dead people, those dead meats, as soon as they get 1, 2, 3 people in their front line and they get their 60 Rand or 180 Rand or something, they go like, wow, I actually make money. This is working. All of a sudden they wake up and they start getting people in. I had one of those. I put 2 people in the front line for that person. And now that person's got 10 people. They just wanted to see it works. Or they just needed to get excited. And now those people are starting to build down. And this week they're going to get more money because it's building down. And I'm going to say, exactly, you see, work with your people and get them to duplicate so it can go down. Okay. So your goal is you want your 4th line. That's the important line because that's where you get that 0.5% on the spending. So if you see a line is running, get it to the 4th line and beyond. Because remember, your 4th line in its own right is that person's number 0 line. That person needs to start building. So you also, there's nothing wrong if you've got an overspill to give it to your 4th line. Usually you won't because you want to fill up your line first, your spaces. But maybe there's somebody that you see is they're really struggling in your 4th line. Give them somebody. Yes, it's outside your matrix, but you building a foundation below your matrix for your own matrix. You need a healthy matrix below you to keep your matrix happy. Each line is level 0 for that person. My line 1 is level 0 for that person in my line 1. They need to start building their business. So you help wherever you can help to build a healthy matrix. And this is why we say, don't go out to social media and just go and put your link everywhere because you're just going to get those people who thinks, yeah, this is nice, I'm going to make money, and then they do nothing. And you sit with that person. I speak to every person on email or sometimes even a phone call. Not one person comes into my business without me speaking to them. Obviously, who you bring in, I don't speak to them, but if I bring them in, I have spoken to them, or I've had a conversation on WhatsApp or in the emails with them to make sure that they're ready. And I say no to people. I know we all want 11,000 people. I say no to people. If I think you're not going to build my matrix, I say no. Because if you're not going to build, it means I need to build that 10 people under you. And that's work for me, right? Okay. Does that make sense? By leersaam sê elke training bywoon. Okay, is it possible to remove that? No, we can't, unless they've not paid for real. Let's see quickly here. That's to your detriment. Yep, because you can be filtered from the top. Anyone know if I can pay this way at Precedent Hyper? Hyper is part of the Hyperama. Yeah, you can. Just, well, go there and ask them. So the Hyperamas I've tried, you just say Y code and they will do something on their machine and it comes on the little keypad. You select 1, 2, or 3. The first one is voucher and you type in the voucher number yourself. Confirm if a person has paid with wrong reference that they can still continue the business. Yes, Craig. So good question, Craig. So what Craig is saying, if a person, they've signed up, they've made their 200 Rand EFT. I'm just going to put you in our general. Okay, just put a general here and we are at minute 2 hours and 4. Okay, just try and make this easy. So the person has made his EFT, but in the reference field, maybe they put their name. Okay, it happens. Yes, you can continue continue putting people into your business, right? That EFT will be matched eventually because now Craig is going to get a copy of that EFT. He's going to get the correct mobile number. He's going to send it to Nella and say, Nella, this is my member, Piet Pompies. That's his mobile number. That should have been the reference. That is for that payment. Usually I would get also the sponsor number. Pete, what is your sponsor number? Check in your settings. Okay, it's 1234. So Nella, Pete, reference number 1234. That should have been, this is his phone number. So she can match the payment. You can carry on to your business. Your business is up and running the moment you click, when you do that first form that you register at the bottom, sign up. As soon as you sign up, you click sign up, your account is there and it's active. You can start putting people in. The very next minute, you can start putting people into your business. All right. And if you click the continue, your Celbux wallet is active and you can start funding. Don't fund today, it's a public holiday. Tomorrow it's Friday. You can try with 10 Rand. If it goes through, yes, you can fund more. So you can spend the weekend. Otherwise, fund on Monday. All right. I always like tomorrow, if I want to fund my wallet, I will do a 10 Rand and just see if it goes through. If it goes through, I'll do the 1,000 or 2,000, whatever I want to do. How does one get details for the spillover in order to support them? That is an issue. Well, if you do the spillover, obviously you know who went, where it went. It's your duty to tell that person that you're helping that you have just placed somebody in their matrix and that's the person's number and name, email address, whatever. Because you don't want somebody coming into your matrix and you don't know who they are, because if they're not building, you don't have their reference number, you don't have their mobile number. How do you build for them if they're going to be lazy? So if I put somebody in somebody else's matrix, I tell them, I've just put Pete in I've just put Pete in your matrix. That's his contact details. Right. Okay. So yeah, at this stage, you can't see it in your matrix. You can't see other people's detail. If you buy electricity from your bank account, is there a provision on the bank to pay? No, there's not, Susan. So this is how we're going to use the voucher warehouse. So your electricity is going to be via the voucher warehouse. Okay. That procedure we're going to discuss as soon as I've had my personal experience, which is happening at the moment. I don't know if they've already taken my money because I have paid them. So I will see. I don't know. No, it will happen today. I have 2 people in my front line that no one knows where they came from. Karin. The best would be, Karin, to contact Nella and just tell her, I've got these 2 people. Where did they come from? Okay. They can only get there one of 2 ways. They used your link, they saw it somewhere or heard of it, or they used your mobile number, or they changed the link. So their sponsor did send them the link. They somehow cleared it and then thought maybe it was 1, 2, 3, 4, but actually it was 1, 2, 4, 3. And you might be 1, 2, 3, 4, and boom, they're in your matrix. They might have made a mistake. Too bad. Okay, they are yours. But it's nice to get their details. Don't post link anywhere. No problem, we'll reach out. Yeah, never, ever, ever post your link. When you give your link, you know exactly who you're giving it to, and you know where that person's going to fall into your business. Can you book flights? No. You won't. No and yes. Actually, Voucher Warehouse comes to the rescue, because that Pick and Pay kiosk area, there's like 168 vendors within that kiosk, and you will be able to use your Pick and Pay gift card to pay any of those things. And we can fund our gift card with 168, but it has to be via Voucher Warehouse. They go to Pick and Pay head office, they get the vouchers, and that goes into your gift card. It's going to be a little bit of a process, but let me tell you what, if I can earn 50,000 Rand from that by spending 1,000 Rand, I will change my habit. So whatever I can do at that count, at that kiosk, I will do it. Even if it means I need to go via Voucher Warehouse, who will get the voucher on our behalf, give it to me, and I'll need to go and then put it into a gift card. I will do that if that's going to earn me money. It is all about changing our habits. Yes, it's a bit uncomfortable sometimes. Yes, at Total, I have to get out my car and go inside and pay at the toll point inside. I don't mind, because if my entire team does that for 1,000 Rand, I earn 52,000 Rand. I'm happy to go inside. We have to now maybe be a little bit uncomfortable to make the money. But you saw, the more you spend inside the matrix, the more you're going to earn from your business. All right. You should be able to get electricity at Pick and Pay when you buy prepaid. No, Errol, you can't. You cannot pay electricity with a 168 voucher, not even at Pick and Pay. It has to go into a gift card, and you cannot put 168 into a gift card. Well, you can, but you don't earn, so it's wasted. We have to go via Voucher Warehouse, who's got the contract with Pick and Pay to do this, that we're going to explain to you once I've now experienced the full circle of how it goes. All right. So eventually you will be able to pay, but with the gift card. Or you can just use the voucher. So when you get the voucher number from Voucher Warehouse, you can use that voucher. You've already earned, because you're spending your 168 with Voucher Warehouse. That's where the transaction fee occurs. Then you're going to get the voucher from Pick and Pay. Now that voucher doesn't earn you. You've already earned when you purchased that gift card. All right, or you purchased the voucher. How do you get hold of Voucher Warehouse? There's a number, and I will put that procedure out as soon as I have experience today. So hopefully tonight, tomorrow, Saturday, I will do that procedure for you guys. It is already in my group. I have posted it, but it's a massively long procedure. I want to make it easier and shorter. All right. More questions. Anybody wants to put their hand up and ask a question? Then at least there's other people speaking as well. Natasha had somewhere weggehardloop. She's like, I'm out of here before you ask me anything. Natasha's got some other training as well. All right. Any more questions? We're on the 11 o'clock mark, so we're just 10 minutes past, but that's okay. If there's more questions, we can do them. If not, then I think this is it for today. At the end of the day, let me close off with this. It is your duty. It's your duty as the upline to whoever to train the people that you bring into this business. It's your duty to get the training. Now, we've been 180 people at some stage this morning, probably 200. I didn't check all the time. These are the people that's empowering themselves. You are empowering yourself. You're going to duplicate the business. The other 400, 500, 600 people, they just don't care. They're sleeping maybe, or maybe they're busy. They've got valid reasons. Hopefully they watch the replay. I will index it in such a way that when you struggle, you can more or less go to that point in the training, so you can just listen to that part of it. You have to learn. You have to read the groups. If you're in my group, I only post stuff that is there for your education or announcements. That's important. If I put there a voice note, listen to the voice note. I don't put it there just so somebody can listen if they feel like it. That voice note is there because I want you to listen to it. I don't usually post voice notes because you can't search on voice notes. But that voice note was, I even put at the bottom, listen to this voice note, right? Because it's important. You want to empower yourself with all the knowledge. And again, I'm going to do less and less support for the people that's not directly my people, because everybody gets the same training. Everybody started where I started. I started with nothing, and I went to trainings. I listened, I take in, I make notes, I read the stuff, I listen to the voice notes. I had to empower myself to know what I know today, and I still don't know everything. So I learn every day. You have a duty to do the same, and you have to empower your person. You can ask anybody that comes to me. I always ask them, who's your upline? And then I trace them back to where it started with me. And I go back to that person and say, you need to drop down again into your line because somebody in your line is breaking the education process. Alan, you want to ask a question?
Yes, morning, Rian. How are you? I just want to find out, I see on Betway they have...
Sorry, what? Alan?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can, yeah.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, I see on Betway they have vouchers as well. Can you pay with Celbux there as well?
You see what? I can't get that word.
On Betway, I see they have vouchers there as well. Can you pay with Celbux there?
I still don't get that word. Betway.
Betway, yeah, Betway.
You can ask them, right? You can ask them. If they can, yes. But if they're not on our merchant list, the answer is probably no, they can't. But you can ask them because they need to have a contract in place with Celbux to accept the Celbux voucher to get paid by Celbux that voucher value.
All right.
But those are
Thank
the
you.
type of companies, those are the kind of vendors. If you shop with them quite regularly, you need to get that name to me. So go through your upline somewhere, they'll have my number and so forth. Get that information to me. Those people, we will go to them eventually, and Celbux will put something in place with them so they can become vendors. Right. So if you've got any company that you like or any vendor that you want to go shop at regularly, we can make them vendors. They just need to put an agreement in place with Celbux and maybe some software or something on their checkout points or a card machine or something. I don't know. But yes, they can become a vendor. Yep.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Alan. Any other people? More questions? Okay. I think a powerhouse need to add up even hardware, macro, game store. Yeah. So all these places will come on board. So Massmart is on board. They've signed the contracts. They're busy with the installation of all the software across their shops. Pepkor, they're on board. They're busy with the installation. They've all signed the contracts. So they will be there eventually. Jan-Louis, hoe gaan dit? Praat maar.
Rian, I want to ask this, my friend.
Oh,
yes. I need to know because I've got to make orders actually somewhere, like for example, what is called that business I'm doing. It's from Butle that. So I used to pay the money through the bank FNP. You see, but because they gave me an order, then I must pay through on a bank, but our account is on FNP. And now our reference is our name, not any reference. It's just we put name there, then that's our reference. So how can I do? Maybe there's something maybe I can do with Celbux there. Thank you.
I can only hear about every second word, so I have no idea what you've asked. I cannot hear. I don't know if anybody else heard and maybe can answer, because on my side, I could not hear anything. It's like only every second word. I think what you need to do, Grandwell, is can you put that in an email or something to your upline? Eventually it will get to us and we can answer you because your connection is very bad. I cannot, I hear only every second word.
Okay, no, that's what I will put on the, like as I say. Thank you so much.
If you're trying to fund your wallet, whatever you're using, you need to use one of those 4 banks. You need to get the money into one of those 4 banks with the reference number, the long reference number, if that's your question. Only those 4 banks that's in the how to fund your wallet document, you must get the money into those banks, any one of those 4, with that long 20-digit reference number. All right, if that's your question. Hey, Jan-Louis.
Yes, kan jy my hoor, Rian?
Yep, ek hoor jou baie luid en duidelik.
Ek wil net ietsie weet, ek dink amper julle het gesê op een van jou boodskappe, Massmart en nog 'n ander maatskappy het reeds kontrakte geteken, maar julle sal sekerlik vir ons op julle foto's wys sodra hulle op lyn is. Dan sal julle ons daarvan laat weet en dan kan ons daar met ons 168 ook gaan aankope doen. So hulle is seker nog in die proses om daai te finaliseer, is ek reg?
Dis reg, Jan-Louis, dis wat ek nou 2 minute terug gesê het. Ja, Massmart, Pepkor, hulle is aan boord kontrakte geteken en hulle is besig om die software te install throughout their network, sodat ons wel daar kan kom en sê ons wil met 'n Y-code of whatever betaal, wat hulle ook al gaan sê. So ja, hulle is dit klaar geteken. They on board. So ons wag net dat hulle teken, dat hulle die software op hulle point of sale het by die cashiers. Maar ons sê hulle dat weet, sodra ons van Celbux hoor, hulle is active, laat weet ons julle baie gou. En kyk, ek love it mos nou maar ook om bietjie by Makro te shop. Maar nou gaan ek maar Checkers en ook Checkers en Pick n Pay toe. Iemand vra hier, why is Woolies not a vendor? Because Woolies not said yes yet. They might say, show us that the 168 people are turning R1 million. Show us that there's 1,000 people or 10,000 people. I don't know. They have a reason why they've not said yes yet. Or maybe they see it as too expensive to roll out the software into all their stores. But for some reason, Woolies has not said yes. Spar has not said yes. Builders Warehouse is not on. You know, there's lots of places. Celbux are in constant communication with all these big vendors because obviously the more we've got, the easier for us. But if they don't say yes, nothing we can do. Keep on shopping at the places that do support us. There's more than enough. Clothing stores. No. So Edgar's and those places not on yet. They haven't said yes yet. Go to Pick n Pay clothing. That's okay. Take your Woolies bag or your Carducci bag or something and just put your Pick n Pay clothing in there and walk home and they think you bought Carducci. Meantime, it's Pick n Pay. But more and more stores will come on board. The bigger we get, the 168 spend gets, so that's us BeeCoinWise people, the more we spend, and that's why it's important to spend inside the matrix, because Celbux keep track of the 168 total spend, and they can go to these merchants and say, Woolies, look at this. They are spending this amount at Pick n Pay. They're spending this amount at Checkers. You are losing out because they will have the data. And Woolies will say, oh my gosh, I didn't realize. Please, I beg you, put us on board, right? But we have to spend the money for this to happen. Okay, so this is why we are pushing people. Even if you've got one person in your organization now, go and buy whatever you can with your 168. Fund your wallet. Test it with 10 Rand. If it works, put your 10,000 Rand in there and go spend. Not today, though, okay? Because it's a public holiday, right? We need to show some of these chains that we are actually using the 168. They're not going to invest R1 million in Woolworths to put this into all their point of sales. And then there's only one person in the country buying from them using a 168. Celbux, they are collecting data from us. And they know, that's why we can. If you made a mistake on your reference number on your deposit, we can now go directly to Celbux to fix it. You don't have to go to Nella, Nella to Celbux, Celbux to Nella, Nella to us. We go directly now to Celbux and say, guys, this person, incorrect number, can you fix it? We have seen where they said, wait 15 minutes. 3 minutes later, the person said to me, it's in my account. They are looking after us because we're using the 168. They need the spend to get other merchants on board. The bigger our spend, the easier it is to go to Spar and say, look, they're going to Checkers and Pick n Pay. You're losing out. Woolworths is busy signing. And Spar will say, well, hell, we're on board as well. Okay? We need to show that we use the system. Then they've got power to go to Spar and Woolworths and Carducci and these places and say, come on, guys. They want to buy clothes. Because I get a lot of requests for clothes. And I'll put it through to Dave, who speaks to Celbux in France. We will get clothing stores, but they need to change their point of sale software. It costs them money. So we need to show them that, yes, we are turning $1 million, $2 million, $3 million through our system, and they will do it. Okay. Spend, spend, spend. The more we spend, the more merchants, the more we spend, the more we make. All right. Wanneer gaan jy publish op jou? Ek weet nie, Nadia, ek het ook 'n DW'tjie hierso, maar so gou as ek kan. All right. Because I think it's important for people to start listening maybe to this. Sal jy die projection spreadsheet op jou WhatsApp groep stuur? Nog nie, I just want to make it like kind of bulletproof because there's like formulas in there and then somebody's going to change my formula and say, hey, werk nie. So I just want to make it like a user-friendly input form. Okay. Pepkor is dit die Pep winkels? Ja, Pep en ek dink AC Kermans, hulle is deel daarvan. AC Kermans, ja, Ackermans. Builders is op pad saam Massmart. Yes, dis reg. Het julle voorbeelde van advertensies wat goed kan werk? Lydia, as jy advertensies wil gebruik, dit beteken jy wil begin selling. Nee, ons doen nie advertensies nie. Maar as jy praat van die Canva goeders wat die mense op hulle statusse sit, ek het self nie, want ek is nie 'n Canva persoon nie, ek kan nie design nie, maar ek weet Latasha doen like klasse, that you can join her, en dan gaan sy vir jou wys om dit te doen. Ek sal dit ook nog leer, maar ja, ek is maar sleg as dit kom by advertensie goedjies maak. Maar ja, daai mooi goed wat die mense op hulle statusse sit, Latasha kan jou help, en ek weet daar's ander mense wat dit ook doen. Reach out to your upline, reach out in your group, just vra, wie doen Canva, wie's goed met Canva, wie kan my help? And maybe that person will say, hey, I do it for 200 Rand a minute, I'll show you. Or maybe they're nicer. Start a business, there you go, blah, blah, blah. There's some examples there. Okay, cool. 2,5 ure. How's that? Enige ander vraag? Nou is die vraag. Nou is die tyd om te vra. Want as ek hier afsit, sien julle my nie weer voor 6 uur nie. Okay. 6 uur vanaand het ons 'n Zoom in Engels, 6:15 in Afrikaans. Hoekom so 'n odd tyd? Want ek wil dit op mekaar doen, want ek het 15 minute nodig wat die recording net gou save. En laat ek ook net gou gaan 'n bietjie 'n koeldrankie drink en so aan, okay. So ons het vanaand 6 uur en 7:15. English, Afrikaans. Spread the word. Our Zooms convert. You want people in your matrix quickly in your business? Bring them to the Zoom. Okay. Dankie vir jou tyd, Aisha. You're welcome. Remember, as I said, all of you, somehow you get back to me. That means your success is also my success. But even I spoke to somebody, I think they're more or less my level 10, 11. That's how quickly we are growing this business. Another business below my business, next to my business, on the sides. This is good for us because we are creating the spend with 168. The more we spend, the more people we can get on board. And the more this works, the more the people will see this is actually just another business that is working on referrals on the one side, but on spending on the other side. And we are earning money through the transaction fee. You don't have to sell nothing. This is, let's tell our friends, this is what it is. Geniet jou dag, dankie, julle ook, dankie, dankie, dankie. Nee, daai koeldrank voor die kamera. Kry daai, hier sê. Dis 'n koeldrank. Maar ek wil hom nou nog 'n bietjie met ys gaan dokter. All right, is ons reg? Cool. I'm gonna end the recording. Thanks for being here. Thank you for those who stayed all the way and those who came in and out and in and out. That's okay. I've made notes of all the times. Look at this. See? It's notas and goed gemaak. So that I can put an index when we put this. I'm probably going to just put it on YouTube somewhere. I think I can. I don't know. I will try my best. And with an index, so you can go to that marks more or less in the YouTube video. I'm not good with YouTube, so it's kind of like a kakas like dog, but I will try my best. All right. Okay. Have a lovely day. And for those that I see tonight, great. Go and tell your people it's a nice, you're going to have a bride today, most likely. Sit around the braai and just tell the people you're making money. And tell them, actually, tomorrow you're going to get money. Who of you are excited for tomorrow? Who of you? Who of you are excited? I tell you what, I cannot wait because I know my business has been duplicating itself. I know there must be at least 10 Rand for me tomorrow. I tell you that. I know it. And then I'm going to reset it and then I'm going to spend it. Okay, so when you get money tomorrow, you have to do the reset before you can spend. Now, the reset you can do anytime. It's a 24/7 thing. You don't have to wait for a banking business day. Once it's in Celbux, once your money's in Celbux, you can literally do with it 24/7 what you want to do. That's why our voucher is a 168. It's a 24/7 voucher, 168. You can reset it, you can spend it, you can transfer it. That your Celbux wallet is a 24/7 deposit. You can go to your piggy bank in your kas. They're in your wardrobe that you hide. You can always take money out there and put money in. Same with Celbux. It's a little piggy bank. You can use it 24/7. So as soon as you get your voucher tomorrow, you get your SMS, reset the thing and go and spend. Okay. And if you want to transfer money to me, that's fine. I'll give you my username and you can see it works. And I will show you I can spend it, that it also works. All right. Thank you in advance. You're welcome. All right. Have a good day and I'll see you tonight. Cheers. Thanks for being here. Cheers. Bye-bye.